as we get ready to do the national anthem and salute this great country. We'll be back with the game of the week after this.
Hey there, landowners. Owning land is a lot of work, and we all dread the upkeep and maintenance, especially when help is hard to find.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I can help with it all. If you're tired of the runaround, call D&M Farm Services, where honesty and experience meets your land needs. I'm the handshake behind the D&M, and I'm asking you for the opportunity to earn your business.
Forestry, mulching and clearing, driveways, pond banks, bush hogging, ditching, fencing, tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding. You name it, call Mike. He's got your land covered. No job too small.
Owning land's tough, but we make it easier. Honest, reliable, and dependable service from one landowner to another. D&M Farm Services has you covered. Let D&M Farm Services be the helping hand with your land.
Call or text for free estimates and let them make your land maintenance a little easier. D&M Farm Service. Phone 843-496-0703. That's 843-496-0703.
More live action. It's the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to Bruin Stadium here at the ESPN Radio South Carolina high school football game of the week as we are here for the third round of the 4A playoffs. The defending champions South Florence Bruins rematching from last year's playoff game against the North Augusta Yellow Jackets, the number 4 seeded team in this bracket. And Chuck, a big storyline from this game has been the backfield for the North Augusta Yellow Jackets. They are led by Mike Doe, a senior who is a Gardner-Webb commit. He's got over 1,700 rushing yards on the season. He is the true lifeblood of this team. He's been out for the past week or so in the playoffs. They really haven't lost a beat, though, with their backup as well.
The one thing we know about South Florence, and we're going to see how good the Gardner-Webb commit is right now tonight, James, because South Florence's defense, to me, is actually – you got the linebackers that do all the tackling, but the leader of the group to me has been Brendan Williams, the nose tackle. On the opposite side, though, they also have a dominant nose tackle. So we're going to see. This is going to be two wheels going at each other. If they can run on South Florence, I'm going to be surprised. Yeah. But I won't be overwhelmingly surprised because they sound like number 8. He's going to be out there playing some ball tonight. I just don't know if he's too injured to come back, if he's healthy enough, and we're going to see how effective he is in this game.
Jaden Hatcher, the junior who's filled in for his shoes, has played very nicely in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs with over 380 total yards and 7 touchdowns, showing he's more than capable as well to being able to carry the load if Mike Doe isn't playing tonight. A huge thing for South Florence so far throughout the season, and especially in the playoffs, is getting off to extremely hot starts. They come out, they shut down the opponents, and they go and they score very quickly, efficiently on offense, and they get that score up really high. It is critical for North Augusta. I'm sure they haven't been in many games where they let a team get out in front of them like that, and they really probably aren't built for that. They play 2 different quarterbacks, does North Augusta. You'll see both of them tonight, but they really love to lean on that offensive line and run the football very similar to how South Florence does. So it's critical for me, or for them, I believe, to hold them early on in this game and make it a 4-quarter fight.
Yeah, against South Florence, and we've already seen how they can control the clock with their run. If they can't stop the run, North Augusta will be in just as much trouble as every other team that we've seen playing against them outside of Northwestern. I do believe this is, like I said, going to be in those trenches. South Florence has 2 really capable running backs, Gabe McLaughlin and Cam James. Cam James is over 1,000 yards, 1,100 and some change, and then we have McLaughlin with over 800 yards. They both teams have dominant running styles and definitely dominant running backs. Even their, if you want to call it running back two, both running back twos are really good in this game.
I would say 1A, 1B more in this.
Yeah, that's why
both
I'm
of these
saying.
offenses.
Yeah, that's
sure.
why I try to use the term kind of loosely as I was saying it. If you want to call him RB2, I don't, because I've seen Gabe McLaughlin play just as much as Cam James. So I think it's a split pair. Thunder and Lightning is what we've called them all year. The captains are out here. I'll stop talking what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I know I was doing a point, but we got captains out here. And James, if you want to call the captains out.
Absolutely. We got Messiah Jackson, that's Josiah Mason, Terry Gordon, and Amari Reeves for the Bruins. And we'll, once we get a better angle here, we will get you those North Augusta numbers as well, as South Florence, I believe, won the toss and will choose to defer. Yes, the North Augusta Yellow Jackets will receive the football as they're led by, let's see, that is number 0 for them, Javon Ryans, on their junior linebackers, who's one of their leading tacklers, is out there. Mike Doe, their leading rusher and star, is out there. And then you got two big men, number 69 and number 99.
Yeah,
number 99, Davion McInnes, one of their senior defensive linemen committed to Liberty. And then number 69, Seth Short, a senior, one of their interior offensive linemen. A big offensive line for North Augusta. We talk so much about these lines of scrimmages. Let's say it's a stalemate at that point, Chuck, that both of these teams are able to stop the run and or run the ball efficiently. It may come down to the quarterback situation for both of these teams.
And if I was in this situation, I would definitely rather have the South Florence quarterback. Messiah Jackson has been dominant all year. This is his third year leading the team. He doesn't really fear at all. He's not going to be upstaged or have any kind of fear of the bright lights. He's already been through it. He's been there.
He's been through it last year in the playoffs, 100%.
He was 2 of them. He was he'd been in 2 state championships. He was the quarterback in both of them. Lost one, came back the next year because he was that much better, won it. He's coming back again to finish his senior year to get his second championship in 3 tries. So I do believe if it comes to a passing game, Messiah Jackson and the South Florence Bruins are definitely going to have the advantage.
As North Augusta takes the field, and now the lights dim here in Bruins Stadium as this crowd is amped up for their home crowd Bruins to defend their home turf one more time here against the North Augusta Yellow Jackets. The energy is palpable here in Bruins Stadium. If you haven't gotten here yet, folks, I highly recommend to get in one of these seats or enjoy listening to this broadcast as we are tuned in on 96.3 ESPN Radio, 1230 a.m., and on YouTube and Facebook, streaming live as well. And, Chuck, man, this is quite the environment for a high school football game right now.
Oh, yeah, South Florence fans know how to bring it. They got the cowbells out for some reason like the Mississippi State, but I'm enjoying it tonight, that's for sure. This is going to be an exciting moment for everybody here. Third round of the playoffs. You can hear the crowds really into it. Friday night football is high school. I don't like that they do so many college games. Here we go. South Florence is coming out on the field to defend their home turf.
The defending champions taking their home field to the roars of the Bruin crowd. The Bruins in their navy blue home uniforms with navy blue pants, the baby blue trimmings in the numbers and the side of the pants with their white helmets. And for North Augusta, they're in their white, all white away jerseys with the black numbers and the gold and black helmets. Quite the classic matchup against 2 very classic programs, 2 very proud programs. For Coach Richard Bush, this is a dream job for him as he's graduated from Gray Collegiate. What's that, Chuck?
No, I was just letting you know who was back there. I'm sorry.
I got
was
you.
just trying
No
to
problem,
while
my
you were
friend.
talking.
This is one of his dream jobs. He graduated in 2003. This team has won 2 state championships and multiple region championships, has North Augusta. So we are in for a heavyweight fight tonight as Coy Joyner tees it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets is Torian Nabert and Cameron Frazier, 2 of their speediest receivers who I'm sure will be getting involved in the action a lot tonight.
Yeah, this is getting ready, James. And, of course, I'm excited for the game to start. Let's get it going. One of the things I'm going to be commenting about is how good this defense is on North Augusta, if they're as good as I think they are. I got some punchlines for you.
Both of these special teams units are great as well. The great Coy Joyner does a great job of getting touchbacks and difficult returns as he puts it into the air here as Coy Joyner rips it into the night sky all the way into the end zone for a touchback, where North Augusta will start from the 20.
And that's one thing we know about South Florence is their special teams has been excellent all year. And I know on the other side they've got a kicker on North Augusta. And I've read it because you wrote the notes on here. Very good, very, very good research on this to get some of these stats because they're really hard to get. Their kicker can kick up to a 50-yard kick. I will get his name. His name is Jacob DeGennaro.
Yes.
And both of these kickers can kick.
Here we go. North Augusta starts in the gun from the 20. He'll drop to throw, firing over the middle of the field, incomplete. Intended for Cam Frazier. The starting quarterback for North Augusta is number 7, A.J. Hillary, the junior, who we will be seeing both him and Tillman tonight, Colin Tillman, as well for the Yellow Jackets. Tillman, a little bit better runner, but both of these quarterbacks coming in with a collective 63% completion percentage and 25 touchdowns,
well, if he keeps
8 interceptions.
If he keeps putting the ball up like that where nobody's there except for a South Florence defender, he's going to throw himself some interceptions. That was not a good throw.
Hillary back in the gun. Hatcher to his left as they'll give it up the middle to Hatcher. A nice burst of speed as he finds some running room along that right side, but the Bruins linebacker is able to bring him down after a gain of about 7 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that's not something South Florence is necessarily used to with a guy getting a 7-yard scoot up the middle. They usually stop every single run up the middle. We're going to see because that was a good run by that young man.
Early 3rd down here for this Bruin defense as they try to get the stop here. They got the ball at the 26-yard line. North Augusta back in the gun as they shift 2 tight ends over to that right-hand side. 5 on the play clock as Hillary now shifts the tight end back from left to right. They get the snap off. They'll give it up the middle to Hatcher, and there's no running room in the middle. The Bruins swarm, and they'll stop him for a gain of nothing. It'll be 4th down and an early decision for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see right there. South Florence's defense stepping up, stopping this team that's not from Florence. We're here to pull, I am especially, James, pull for any Florence team. So we're going for the Bruins tonight, or at least I am. Let's go Bruins.
A big stop there on 3rd, but now the offense not moving for the Yellow Jackets as chance of defense reign through the Bruins Stadium here on 4th down as they had a flag on that right side. Looks like they're going to wave the flag off, though. We didn't see the flag initially.
No, it looks like it's going to be 4th down, and they are going to bring the punt unit out.
It is a late switch here. A late substitution as the clock just starts to run, the play clock running for North Augusta as out trots number 31, Landon Sweat, the punter, and Jayon Perkins will retreat back to the 35-yard line of the Bruins to receive it. Snaps back to him, and he'll punt it away. A nice spiraling kick into the night sky, end over end. A nice catch there by Jayon Perkins as he slides at the 32-yard line to make that fair catch. And out comes Messiah Jackson in the Bruins offense.
And we're going to see what they can do against this defense because this defense from North Augusta has some studs on it. Their nose tackle, I think he's 305 pounds. He's a Liberty commit. I got to get his name for you, but he's a Liberty commit. But anyway, going back to him,
Malcolm
also,
Big Mac Gaston, yes sir.
The one thing I saw about him, by the way, he could have been playing for Franklin in Virginia Tech. He also had an offer for Virginia Tech.
Which I'm sure that will be changing a lot of the recruiting landscape in college football over the next couple of months here as Messiah Jackson and the Bruins take the field here for their first drive. The defense held their end of the bargain here early, and now the Bruins have a chance to go up on their first drive here with good starting field position at the 32. They'll start in the gun with Cam James to his right, Bruce Thompson, Jayon Perkins, and that's Robinson over to the left side there as they're going to give it up the middle. Cam James running left side, following Josiah Mason. A nice block there. That'll get him 3 yards on the opening play.
Yeah, that's a good stop. And what they call it now is when you're the Yellow Jackets, when they go tackle like that instead of population tackling,
swarm.
That's swarming the nest.
Yes, sir. 2nd down and 7 after the first down run by Cam James. 2 receivers to Messiah Jackson's right as he will take his time here. Hard counts, and now communicating to his offensive line here. The Bruins desperately going to have to establish some balance here as they're going to swing it out to Cameron James on that right side as Bruce Thompson leading the way forward. Cameron James gets a seam, and there he goes. There goes 22 down the sideline, and a burst of speed from Cam James. Touchdown, Bruins, and what a start for South Florence.
Yes, sir, that's what we're looking for right there, James. A beautiful design play. We've seen that before. He's ran it all the way down. When Cam James gets out to the open field, nobody's going to stop him unless that guy on the other team that runs 21 miles an hour, he's about the only one that can catch him.
We call him lightning for a reason, and Cam James untouched into the end zone off a beautifully designed screen. Give it to the receivers and Bruce Thompson, who led the way for that seam. And an early strike by the Bruins in North Augusta, reeling early.
And what a way to start by the South Florence offense. This is what they're used to. And this kicker, he has struggled some on his kicks, and point after attempts are very important. Let's hope he makes this.
Turner, the man to hold it. Coy Joyner got it blocked. North Augusta blocks it, and the ball will die there. They won't attempt to pick it up. And quickly, as you mentioned, Chuck, special teams becomes a factor here early as North Augusta able to bat that low kick down, and the score stays at 6-0 with 9:26 to go first quarter.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was afraid of is the special teams because they matter in high school more than they do even in college and the NFL. It's just such a big difference because they don't always have good players. Just then, South Florence he's been pretty good. Joey has been pretty good all year long. He just has. I've noticed his kicks are low a lot on these and kicked it right into their hands pretty much.
We'll see if that point comes back to bite the Bruins later on in the contest. But early on, the Bruins here showing why they have that championship experience with a big stop and then a big lightning score as they called a face mask against the North Augusta team, I guess, on that block there after the play, I suppose.
Right.
Or they may have called it on the touchdown, I believe is what the call was. They called a face mask against the defense on the touchdown by the Bruins.
You think right now would be a good opportunity to go for an onside kick?
They do have the ball now teed up in their positive 45 here. So, yeah, an onside kick wouldn't be the worst thing ever here. You get them
get it
at
on the 35.
Yeah. Here we go. We'll see what Coach Marlowe and the Bruins decide to do here as Coy Joyner trots up to this football, and he'll kick a line drive right out the back of the end zone. No chance there. And they'll be content to give him the ball at the 20-yard line. And North Augusta 3 and out on that first drive. They thought they could just run the ball at this Bruin front seven. Terry Gordon, Brendan Williams, Willie Kennedy, Warnell Prue said it's going to be a little bit more difficult than that tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about it all year. It's very hard to run up the middle against South Florence. You better stretch it, and that's when people have better luck against them is going on the outside. But I don't think North Augusta is going to go away from that because nobody else has.
Hillary comes back out for the Yellow Jackets offense as they start out in a 4-wide set. Empty backfield for Hillary as he tries to throw a screen pass. The Bruins all over it and force the incompletion on that right sideline.
Yeah, Amari Reeves read that perfectly, James. Number 2, he came right in front of the receiver that was supposed to get that screen pass. Way to be alert. I mean, right now, South Florence is out here trying to dominate this game defensively and offensively. I got a feeling we're still going to see a better game. I still feel like it.
The Bruins on the season only allowing 12 points a game. The most they gave up this season was to Northwestern in that one loss. As they're going to send 5 here against Hillary. He's going to throw it quick over the middle of the field. Tackled immediately on that catch. A nice tackle by Amari Reeves. We'll get the catch man there. That was, I believe, number 1, Isaiah Smith, for a gain of about 4 yards. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Amari Reeves has been good for 2 straight years. Really, really dominant defensive player. It's really going to be hard for him to even throw because the DBs on South Florence are good.
Yeah, the Anderson commit has definitely stood out this year.
Yeah.
Him and Terry Gordon both going to the University of Anderson. That's going to be quite the defense for the Spartans. 3rd down. Hillary will look to throw. Pressure. He'll fire down that right sideline. One-on-one coverage incomplete. But a flag flies late as Will Wilson got a little handsy there late. Bang, bang called. The ball was intended again for Isaiah Smith, one of their speedy receivers. Looks like pass interference, Chuck.
Yeah, I think it was, James, actually. He is one of the better players. He's a Campbell commit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So South Florence is both DBs. That's why I was saying they're really going to be hard to throw on. But if you can get them in a pass interference situation, you're going to gain 15 yards every time. In fact, I mean, he was able to deflect the ball, so it was still good defense to keep them from being able to catch that ball. He catches the ball. We're talking about a 40-yard pass play. That quarterback can throw the ball, though, James.
Honestly, it was a little underthrown there, but the receiver did a good job kind of holding him off there. Nonetheless, though, first down for the Yellow Jackets at the 40-yard line. Here's we haven't seen Mike Doe check into the game yet. It's still Hatcher in the backfield for the Yellow Jackets as they line up two tight ends set this time. Said first down at the 40. Bruins tight coverage. He'll look to throw, does Hillary. Straight drop firing right side on a comeback route. He's got his man. Again, that is, I believe, Isaiah Smith. No, not that time. That's Cam Frazier on a nice 9-yard catch there. It'll be second down and 1 at the 49.
Yeah, that was a very good design play. He turned around perfectly for the route. About, like you said, 9-yard gain. Very close to a first down. Probably got about a foot and a half to get a first down.
Hillary, definitely the more polished passer of the group, as they're going to give it to Hatcher up the middle of the field. Powerful run as he finds a nice 5-yard seam there as he's driven to the ground just shy of the 45-yard line, but enough for another Yellow Jacket first down.
Yeah, South Florence is getting pushed back on this offense. This offensive line is pushing that defensive line back this last two plays. They better be careful because right now they need a big stop.
Not many teams have gotten it past the 50-yard line of the Bruins here in the postseason. North Augusta just inside that at the 45 now. First and 10 still in the gun. Two tight end set. Hatcher remains the back. They're going to give it to him running left side. A lot of traffic, but he's trying to find some room, but fights forward. Nothing to do there as Wardell Prue the man to bring him down. Only a gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, he was trying to go up the middle, but it was blocked, so he tried to cut to the outside. And like you said, Wardell Prue was right there. One of the very standout linebackers that South Florence has. He's a sophomore, so he's got 2 more seasons of this.
And he really made a name for himself in those playoffs last year. Got a lot of playoff starts last year, did Wardell Prue. And now, obviously, in his second year, he has made a ton of plays for the Bruins. Second down and 9 now. Staying in this same package with the 2 tight ends, the North Augusta still trying to find that balance with the running game here. Hatcher will look to throw this time. He's got a clean pocket firing right side. It's too high and into traffic, incomplete, intended for Frazier. It'll set up third down and 9.
Oh, if that DB just then, he took off running. If he would have stayed exactly where he was, that quarterback threw the ball where he was, James.
Yep.
He overthrew everybody, and he would have been there.
Big play here for the Bruins defense as it's third down and 9. As North Augusta, we talked about the snowball of the Bruins. They already got a little snowball. If they keep rolling it down the hill, it might get a little bigger here after this third down and 9. Empty set for the Yellow Jackets this time.
It's definitely a home field advantage. This is the loudest I've heard of South Florence ever, except for against West Florence.
Hatcher in motion from left to right. Whistles blow here as that's going to be a procedure penalty, a false start against the Yellow Jackets, and that'll back him up. And great point, Chuck. These fans with the cowbells, and not even that, though. These fans are absolutely packed here on the South Florence sideline. Give credit to North Augusta's fan base as well, making that 2-hour-long trek. Those stands are pretty full over there as well.
Yeah, no doubt. They're not making the ruckus, though, that South Florence is making. It's making it a little difficult, I believe, on North Augusta.
Third and 14 now after the penalty here. Staying empty set, bunch to his right. He's going to look to throw. Pressure in his face. He steps up. And now Frazier's going to look to run right side. Hillary's going to look to run. Pressured in his face, and now Prue will drag him down at the line of scrimmage.
That was Amari Reeves that caused that right there, James. It looked like he had freedom to run. I don't think he tackled him, but he's the one who was initially stopped that area. And like you said, Prue finished it up. What a good play, because it looked like he was about to explode and go out there. But, my Lord, did you see the speed on Amari Reeves just then?
That was the great pursuit of Amari Reeves. Sets up another punt for Landon Sweat here as he gets it away. Spiraling kick to the left side. The Bruins came after it, but he got it away. And it's going to bounce out of bounds on the left side of the field at the 20-yard line. And the Bruins already with a 6-point lead will look to add to it here for their second drive.
Yeah, that was, I'm sure, a little bit scarier for the fans right now with how North Augusta was moving that ball to begin with, especially with that penalty. But South Florence shut them down again.
The question answered early as far as how this run game is going to look for North Augusta. We haven't seen Mike Doe. He is in pads. We make sure to note that at the start of this broadcast, but he has not seen a snap on the field so far.
I would imagine he's not very healthy right now if he hasn't played yet, James.
Yep. In the gun, Messiah Jackson starts at the 19-yard line. Cameron James in the backfield, and they're going to give it to Cam James up the middle of the field, and immediately not much room, but a nice second push there by the Bruins, and that'll net about 4 or 5 yards there thanks to the Bruin offensive line.
Yeah, that offensive line, that's not called a tush push, but that's a daggone push by population at this point. I got this population thing's coming fun. But that was about 5 guys who started pushing. James just kept pushing, and they were pushing North Augusta back. If you want to be a South Florence fan, that's what you want to see is them pushing that defensive line back like that.
And not the easiest defensive line to push back. C.J. Smith, the big defensive lineman, Simeon Jones, and Devon McInnes all have notable praise throughout their region. Second down now, Messiah Jackson's going to look to throw, firing over the middle into traffic, intended for Bruce Thompson. Is that ball intercepted off the tip?
If he didn't, it hit the ground, but I think he intercepted it.
Diving catch, he got it.
That was one of the throws I was talking about that Messiah Jackson does. He threw that in harm's way, and look what happened.
That was number 18, Dante Bell, the defensive back, a senior for the Yellow Jackets. And Messiah Jackson, only his 3rd interception of the year there. But North Augusta will get instantly good field position at the 29 of South Florence.
And we're going to see how the defense does now. They just came off the field, James. So after that, a little bit of a drive, we're going to see how tired they are.
Now we will see the second quarterback for North Augusta. This is Colin Tillman. His older brother played for the Yellow Jackets and now plays for Citadel. As Tillman, long handoff, he's going to give it to Hatcher running left side. There goes Jaden Hatcher to the corner. Touchdown, North Augusta. And just like that, they respond after the turnover. That long mesh point handoff fooled the Bruins, and Hatcher took it down the left side, and no one caught him.
Yeah, and that's showing how good that young man is because against this South Florence defense, he outrun the last DB just, and he's a fast running back, guys. That's where you can't make these kind of mistakes inside your own area. Look how quick that was. South Florence is about to feel like they were going to start not dominating but taking control of this game. Just like that, it's over. And if they kick this ball correctly,
DeGennaro on for the kick here as a flag flies on the attempt.
It was offsides on South Florence, I believe. Unless one of their offensive linemen jumped. I didn't see him, but I definitely saw the outside edge.
What a critical turning point, Chuck, like you mentioned, though. You figure the Bruins back to the regularly scheduled program and get a stop, get a score, get a stop, and here we go again, and now the script has flipped.
Yeah, they just took them off schedule because they're used to doing it their way.
DeGennaro, the junior, now on for this extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and he got it before Will Wilson could turn that corner. And the Yellow Jackets take the lead 7-6 with 5:03 to go, first quarter action. But as we mentioned, Chuck, the Bruins not used to getting the punch back that early.
No, not at all, but they've had it before, so it's not their first rough game. They've had 2 other strong games where they were in those games. They were in the Northwestern game for the first quarter, and then that second quarter was just a disaster.
Really, for the first half, they were in a good game, but the second half, really, they let it get away from them.
I thought it was the second quarter where they had those 17 points against us. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But
they were answering back and forth, but yes, it was. Like we mentioned before, though, Coach Marlowe does a great job of scheduling those big-name opponents, out-of-region opponents, 5A opponents early on in the season. And now by the time you get to this point, it has been a little bit of a lapse. They haven't played quite that quality of opponent, but they've played it this season. It's not all 4A region teams.
And I don't know that one play right there is going to continue to go for North Augusta. That was just a big play. They've been able to stop them. We're going to see how they react, and they definitely need their offense to stay out on the field for a while.
DeGennaro lines it up at the 40-yard line, and he will onside kick it here. Squib, but a great play there by the Bruins as they were not fooled at all. Ben Tyner, one of the senior receivers up at the line to grab that one, only got to about the 43-yard line, and the Bruins get great starting field position now. Yeah,
and good play by Tyner. Way not to be scared of that moment right there. He went straight after it, just hooked onto the ball. He had men coming at him. He's got to secure that ball.
Yeah, great recognition.
He secured it.
100%. So the Bruins at the 44-yard line.
And they got wonderful field position out of it as well.
3 wide receivers for Messiah Jackson. Cam James is the back, and they're going to give it to Cam James running to that right side, and a nice hole opens up as he falls forward for a gain of 8 or 9 yards. Tackled in the backfield by Dallas Williams. But second and 1.
That's a really good run, though, on first down. Everything's manageable at this point. They're still running the ball and running the clock down like they like to do.
Tyner, Robinson, and Perkins in the game at receiver. Bruce Thompson in at tight end / fullback. Bruins here could do a lot here on second down and 1 as whistles will blow here. We'll have to check on what that is all about.
I'm not sure. The two referees are coming to talk to one another. There's no flag or anything
One
out.
of the line judges from the North Augusta sideline comes to check to the back judge here. Or the umpire, excuse me.
Kind of like a water boy moment where he brought him water.
Yeah, not sure what was the communication error there, but we're back at it here. No flag, no timeout. Second down and 1 here for the Bruins at the 46-yard line. Cam James up the middle, finds a little bit of running room on that left sideline, enough to get a first down. But that line judge on that North Augusta sideline threw a flag. We'll check on that.
Let's see if he calls off, false start on South Florence.
He threw it right as the snap of the football. Maybe some type of alignment error on the Bruins here. As, yeah, it looks like maybe. Still communicating here. It looks like maybe some type of alignment error on Malik Robinson. Yeah, it'll be, or at least a false start on that far sideline. Back up the Bruins on second and 1, make it 2nd and 6 now.
Yeah, that's the one thing that you don't want to do is have penalties, and that's one thing that Drew Marlowe coaches here is stop your penalties. They're very, very, very consistent with not having a ton of penalties because they kill drives. Look what happened North Augusta, the second drive.
Cameron James opens up the middle of the field. Nice run across the Bruin face, across the midfield to the 48-yard line. Mark it 3rd down and 2 for the Bruins offense here as Gabe McLaughlin checking into the game for the first time.
That front seven of North Augusta seems to be big enough to be able to handle some of what South Florence is doing. We're going to see how long they stay up like that, but
90
that's
and
still
99
a big,
in the
big
middle
stop.
there.
They got 3rd and 3.
They're playing on Saturdays. Up the middle goes Messiah Jackson trying to find running room. Looking at that left sideline. He fights for it. And I think the offensive region player of the year is going to get that first down, Chuck.
They're showing 4th down, but we'll see if they change it.
We're right on the line to gain here from our vantage point.
I honestly thought he was short, James, a little bit from where they were had him tackled at. He was tackled 2 yards behind that, and because of his effort, he put himself in position to almost get this first down. And they're going to bring the chains out, I believe, to find out.
Yeah, they mark it a 4th and a couple of inches here as the chain gang does trout onto the field here.
Well, you already know Drew Marlowe is going for it here.
Yeah, 4th and 1 on your own 50. It doesn't really matter what the call is here. Maybe the play call will matter.
He's short by about 3 inches.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short just by the nose of the football. So it will be 4th and 1 here, and not much of a decision here for Coach Marlowe as the offense stays put here, already getting that play signal in here.
If he were to punt right now, this fan base would go crazy. I mean, this is in the position where you put yourself in. You've got this offense. You have to trust them to get this.
2 tight ends. DJ James checks in along with Bruce Thompson. Gabe McLaughlin is the tailback next to Messiah Jackson. 4th and about a quarter of the football. Jackson, hard count, tries to get him off. Now a quick snap, high, but he'll get it up the middle of the field. Messiah Jackson powers forward for a gain of at least 2 yards and a Bruin first down.
Yeah, big push by the offensive line to free up him enough to get those 2 yards. He's a big back. He's 6'2", 210 pounds as a quarterback. He's no joke either.
He's a great runner. He's got over 500 rushing yards and 16 rushing touchdowns. He knows how to get those hard-earned, important yards there, and those 2 were very important. It is 1st down and 10 for the Bruins at the 44-yard line now as they open it back up, 3 receiver set. single high look for North Augusta as they send Robinson in motion. They're going to throw that quick screen out to Cameron James again, but this time North Augusta not going to let it go for big yardage. Great tackle from behind by Javon Ryans, one of their leaders on the team.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play by them. That's usually a fast running back out there getting around there. By the way, just so, because we haven't said it, Messiah Jackson has offers from Davidson, Lenore Ryan, UNC Pembroke, and Newberry at this point, James.
2nd and 13 after the loss. Now it's a speed option. Jackson caught in between, not able to get that pitch off. North Augusta again read that play nicely. I think the first man there was number 16, Jordan Scott. And now the Bruins behind the chains here, 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, that looked more of a busted play, like he was supposed to throw to somebody and then it just wasn't there or whatever, but he didn't look right in that particular situation, James. He's lucky to get a little bit of yardage out of it.
Big opportunity here for North Augusta to get another stop here. Trips to Jackson's left here. DJ James in at tight end with Cameron James as well. You can feel the energy here as they're going to let this play go here, and they're going to call a timeout. Does South Florence here, sensing how important it is to try to convert this 3rd and long. Not many 3rd and longs does South Florence face so far this year.
No, not at all. They're used to being in, if they are in 3rd down situations, usually a short yardage situation or actually a penalty. In this case right here, North Augusta's put them in this spot. They've had 2 tackles from behind, 1 tackle behind line of scrimmage, 1 tackle very close to almost behind the scrimmage. They put South Florence in the position to struggle, and their defense right now is very, very dominating in this series.
And we talked about how North Augusta hosted South Florence a round later than this round last year and came up just short. Do you think that has anything in the back of the Yellow Jackets' minds? Do you think that gives them some type of edge tonight?
Oh, of course. They want revenge. They got put out of the playoffs last year by South Florence, and they ended their seasons. They ended their friends that were seniors. It ended their career.
Yeah.
So, yes, there's always – and plus, they got the same coach. You think that coach forgot, and you think he's not going to use it? Same thing Marlowe did when he had them come out there and sit and watch the celebration of the team.
3rd and long setup here now. They go to 2 tight ends now. Do the Bruins. Cameron James as Messiah Jackson is going to look to throw. Fires in the flat to Cameron James as he's able to pick up a little bit of running room there. About a 7 or 8 yard gain. It's still going to be about 6 yards short of the 1st down. Nice rally there by the Yellow Jacket secondary. And we'll see what Coach Marlowe decides to do now.
I think he's going to – well,
here
he's
comes
going to
the punt
punt it.
unit. Yes,
Never
sir.
mind. Looked like he was about to go for a second.
Full substitution except for Messiah Jackson as he'll stay back to punt this football as we're inside a minute to go here in this 1st quarter action. Jackson stands back, whistles blow as the punt is snapped here. And I believe it's going to be another false start on the Bruins here. Another procedure penalty. Back them up again. Now 4th and 11. Give a little more room to the punter, though.
It's got to be driving Drew Marlowe crazy with these penalties tonight. That's several penalties against South Florence already. And this is how, if you want North Augusta to win, this is how you let them win.
Jackson stands back at about the 40-yard line here. So he'll step into it and kick it away. Side-winding kick as it'll bounce at the 20, taking a nice Bruin hop inside to the 10-yard line there. A good punt there by Messiah Jackson as he pins him inside the 10 to the 9.
Yes, what a roll. It was not a good kick at all, James, but he got that roll and that bounce, and it was a very, very slow roll for those who can't see it. It bounced and slowed down and then bounced and slowed down again. That ball rolled slower than any ball that I think I've ever seen and continued to go.
You could tell it hit off of Jackson's foot to the side there. It had an awkward trajectory. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks. It's got a great result here as Colin Tillman will trot back out here to lead the Yellow Jackets on their 3rd drive of the game. 23 seconds left. We'll probably have one more play here in this 1st quarter. Hatcher in the back here. They're going to give it to him up the middle of the field, and the Bruins immediately there. No gain.
No, and if you saw where he scored that touchdown, he went to the outside. Like I said, it's very hard to run against South Florence. South Florence needs a stop here, though, because the momentum is definitely on North Augusta's side, and it's about to go to the second quarter right now. The time's running out.
As we predicted, Chuck, this game was going to be a all-out war, a fist fight here in the playoffs. Here as North Augusta has a slim 7-6 lead over South Florence. We'll be back with the second quarter action of your Game of the Week after this break.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio, the worldwide leader in sports.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
Now back to the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to your South Carolina Class 4A third round playoffs here as the defending champs trail by 1 to the 4-seed North Augusta Yellow Jackets here at Bruin Stadium as we start the second quarter of action here, Chuck. And it has been a line of scrimmage dominant game here early on. It's been an interesting back and forth.
Yeah, this is where South Florence, they've got them pinned inside their 10-yard line. They need this stop again. They need to stop them 2 more downs, get out of this situation. It's when that senior defensive people need to step up, like Terry Gordon, Will Kennedy. A bunch of them need to step up right now. We need their help.
Second down, Tillman will look to throw, and he's got a lot of time firing into the night sky, into traffic and almost intercepted. Into triple coverage intended for Frazier, but that ball was nearly intercepted there by Jaquez Johnson.
Yeah, he probably should have had that ball. He's mad about that. There were 3 guys in the area and another guy coming with him. There was 4 people over there. I'm not sure what the quarterback thought, but he underthrew that ball pretty bad. But he also had, I couldn't see who it was, he had pressure in his face too, James, by South Florence.
It'll set up a third down and long here inside their 10, and the Bruins faithful getting on their feet, trying to cause confusion here for the Yellow Jackets. Tillman and Hatcher in the backfield. 4 wide receivers for the Yellow Jackets as Tillman will just give it up the middle of the field to Hatcher, and the Bruins have absolutely none of it. I believe the first man there was number 33, Miles Johnson, for the Bruins. It'll set up 4th down and 9, and a quick turnaround there by the Bruins defense.
Yeah, what a big stuff by the Bruins defensive line right there. There's no penetration at all. They're still at the same spot they were at, behind the 10-yard line. Very, very good defensive stand by the South Florence Bruins.
And the punt is away, a end-over-end kick that Jayon Perkins taps. Now he's going to be able to field it at the 45, trying to get back to midfield as Perkins, as he'll break a tackle at his own 45 now, and now the Yellow Jackets will swarm him to the ground. But a physical return there by Jayon Perkins, and the Bruins will have it in positive field position again.
They got an injured player on the field right now, James. 28 of North Augusta is rolling over in pain. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah.
And then he had somebody land on top of him.
Jordan Carmichael, the senior defensive back.
Let's hope he's okay because he was writhing in pain.
Absolutely. We will take a step aside as well as the training staff comes out for North Augusta to check on him. We'll be back after the break here on your Game of the Week.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Auto Glass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Auto Glass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Auto Glass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
We now return to the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Great to see Jordan Carmichael walking off under his own power and trotting off to the North Augusta sideline here.
Yeah, it looked like it was worse than it was with the way he was rolling over in so much pain. I thought he had actually pulled an ACL, tore ACL. I'm glad that young man's okay.
As the Bruins will have the ball, first down and 10, first play of this drive here at their own 45-yard line. Cam James in the backfield. Jackson will give it to Cam James, pushing up the middle of the field, and still on his feet is Cameron James across the 40. A nice 5-yard run there by Cameron James, just a powerful runner.
Yeah, he runs behind that line so well, and they're so much bigger than him that it's hard to see him. He got by to about 4-yard lines before they even saw him. Then they finally tackled him.
I'd say he's probably about 5'6", but keeps those legs moving as Cam James. Got a nice gain there. It'll be 2nd down and 4 after the gain. Messiah Jackson now in the gun. Empty set for number 7 as they're going to send Cameron James in motion to his right. Yellow Jackets all crowded up at the line. Jackson will look to throw, and now he's just going to take off on a draw. Broken play. Does Messiah Jackson make good of it all the way to the 45-yard line? We'll see if they give him the 1st down.
Yeah, the reason he didn't get that play off, nice scramble by him to get the extra yardage, but their defensive back in there, Jordan Scott, or linebacker, was all over Messiah Jackson.
It will be just short. No, they're going to give it to him. That's a 1st down for the Bruins. Messiah Jackson got the 1st down there to the 35-yard line. And the Bruins on the move.
Yeah, that's what you need to see from your quarterback, is making plays when it could have been negative, because he could have gotten sacked just then. Reminded me a little bit of Lenore Sellers, too.
The Yellow Jackets brought the house there and didn't give Jackson any time to set up for the deep shot that he was looking for, so he took what he got as they're going to shift the offensive lineman to the right. Heavy set to the right. Cameron James runs that way to the just shy of the 30-yard line as he's met in traffic, wrapped up there by number 99, Davion McInnes. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I'm surprised they're using him up the middle as much as they are. I know we've seen it before, but usually he cuts to the left or cuts to the right, and Gabe McLaughlin's the one who goes up the middle. But he's having pretty good success. He's getting 5-yard chunks at a time.
Jackson in the gun with Bruce Thompson in the backfield as well. He'll play fake to James, firing to the left side. He's got Malik Robinson out there. He's being held all the way. Flags fly, as that's going to be either a defensive holding or a pass interference on North Augusta right there.
Yeah, he started holding him at the 15-yard line and then just kept on holding him because he was beat, James. So it was a really, unfortunately for South Florence, it's a good play by North Augusta to stop that touchdown.
I believe that was 29, Aiden Shaw on the coverage there. They will call it as a pass interference, not a defensive holding there. So mark it a full 15-yard penalty, and that'll be another Bruin 1st down as they're into the red zone.
Yeah, but that was a good throw by Jackson. That was going to be on there, I believe, James, if he doesn't do what he did.
It was right to that back line of the end zone. Would have had to been a great catch, but it's where you want it. Jackson now in the gun. He'll give it to Cameron James, running left side, finds nice running room, finally pushed back just shy of the 10-yard line, but give him another gain of about 4 or 5, Chuck.
Yeah, that's Zeddy Tillman on North Augusta, who ended up pushing back at that. But like you said, after a gain of 4 or 5. He's so small, he's hiding behind that offensive line for about 3 to 4 yards every time. And the reason they're doing that is because they're pushing them back.
They're going to give it to James, running left side. Cameron James, tough running room. He'll be just shy of the marker there. Make it 3rd and 2.
And if I was Marlowe, I think I'd put it in my senior quarterback's hand to get 2 yards right now. I know the running backs can do it, but you need to make sure you get this.
Cameron James out. Gabe McLaughlin in. The Lightning is out. The Thunder is in here now. 3rd down and 3. Fake it to McLaughlin, and there goes Messiah Jackson up the middle of the field. He is right there at the line. We'll see if they're going to give him the yardage for the 1st down, but it's very close again, Chuck.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he didn't get it. No, they're calling it 4th down. He's short again. I guess they're going to bring the chains. I imagine they'll bring the chains, or they just know for sure.
No, they know for sure. 4th and 1. Here come the Bruins back out. McLaughlin in the backfield. Straight quarterback power for Messiah Jackson. Running left side. He's got the yards he needs for a 1st down as he's driven out of bounds. Just shows how strong and tough to bring down Messiah Jackson is, as he was riding that defender all the way to the sideline. But that's a 1st down.
Yeah, but that's some good tackling by number 18 right there from North Augusta, Dante Bell. He stood him up after he got to him. I mean, Messiah Jackson didn't get any yards once he touched him. So Good tackle by him. And against one of the best quarterbacks in the state.
First and goal now inside the 5. Gabe McLaughlin in the backfield. Bruce Thompson will lead the way on the right side, and there goes McLaughlin right into the middle of the scrum. Not much there as he is able to fall forward. Actually, a pretty nice chunk for about 4 yards. They're going to get it all the way to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and that's the Thunder part of the Lightning, James, where he's the one who usually runs up the middle like that. And once you saw what we saw is what he's been doing all year, getting those 4 and 5 yard runs. Gabe McLaughlin is not the speediest running back, and he's not going to go for 70 yards very often. Not saying he's not capable of, but it's not something he's going to do very often.
He doesn't have to here. He only needs 3 here, second down and goal. North Augusta not making it easy for the Bruins. They're going to give it to McLaughlin. Runs right side. He's in. Touchdown, Bruins. Gabe McLaughlin, Thunder into the end zone. And the Bruins take back the lead with 7:07 to go, second quarter.
And that's what you want to see out of both running backs. Lightning got a touchdown. Now Thunder got a touchdown. Nobody stopped him even come close that time. Good push by the offensive line at South Florence. Now this is an important kick for sure.
12-7 the score at the moment. Coy Joyner on for the extra point. The snap is down. Kick is up. It got over at that time. It's good. The Bruins lead by 6 here in the second quarter.
Yep, if you're South Florence, you got to be feeling a little bit of relief right now. You're still only up by 6, though, touchdown. And an extra point puts them right back in the lead. So you have to come out right now if you're South Florence, make this stop against North Augusta. You don't want them getting any more momentum. Right now it's back in your favor. We've already seen what happens when they do get some momentum. They scored a touchdown.
What a great response there by the Bruins. A methodical drive. Had good starting field position. North Augusta didn't make it easy on them. It feels like it might be that way the whole night here. Nothing coming very easy.
No, I think this is going to be a battle like we talked about between 2 different teams that are ready to win. I mean, they both only have 2 losses between them all year long. So it's not like North Augusta's used to losing either.
No, not at all. Nabert and Frazier back to receive the Joyner kick as it is into the end zone as it bounced at the 1 and will bounce into the end zone for the North Augusta touchback. And they will again start at the 20 here. And so far, not much difference as we've seen between the 2 quarterbacks. We did see Tillman threat to run there on that touchdown that kind of influenced the defense. But both quarterbacks kind of been in check so far for North Augusta.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference I've seen so far is just the little bit of difference in how Messiah Jackson can run a little bit better than their quarterback. And I mean more downhill. Just because that's the situation in. This is a fighting game. When you got 2 yards a gain, you got to have a quarterback that can do it.
Colin Tillman back out there for North Augusta on this drive as they set up 1st and 10. Hatcher's the tailback. They're going to give it to him up the middle, but man, there was nothing there. The Bruin defensive front stops him immediately, and I think that was number 26. That was, that was 20. I'm not sure what number that was for the Bruins there. 28, excuse me. 29, Jewel Washington on the tackle, trying to get the number there. Nice tackle for only a gain of 1, second down and 9.
Yeah, it's good tackling by the defense, though. That's what we want to see all night long and the rest of the nights, tackling like that.
Quick snap, they're going to look to throw over the middle of the field, and he's got his man across the 40 on a nice slant for a first down. That's Isaiah Smith on one of the nicest pass plays of the day for North Augusta.
Yeah, well-designed play. He was open across the middle. I think they might have been playing zone just then, James, on defense, which has allowed him to get open in the middle so much.
All the way to the 43-yard line. First down for North Augusta. Another middle screen to Smith as he's got a lot of Bruins in the middle, and he gets met after maybe a gain of 2 there. I think that was Big Brendan Williams, the nose tackle, who put it into that one.
As he's been doing all year long. He's just a big, big guy, and he stops that middle and stuffs it up. That's why it's really hard. Even North Augusta's struggling to run up the middle against them. They're having their success when they go to the outside. But if you don't go up the middle, you can't set up that play action to go to the outside.
Second down and 9 and a check. Mike Doe in the football game for North Augusta. They'll pump fake to him, and Tillman will be wrestled to the ground. Sacked from behind. That was number 23, Marquez McKitchen with the sack.
Yeah, McKitchen's also a daggone player of the region player. I think he's a second team region
He's
player.
first team, I believe.
Is he first?
Yes.
Okay. Their defense is just good. And what a tackle by him. I don't understand why the quarterback didn't throw it to
Doe right
I don't know, because he was open for the pass.
And it sets up a 3rd down and 11 here at midfield for North Augusta.
You hear the crowd. This is what happens when you have home field advantage. It gives you that advantage. That's why it's so important to win your region and to try to be the #1 team.
And North Augusta sensing this pressure and this momentum, Coach Richard Bush will call his first timeout of the half here with 4:54 to go. This drive is crucial for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah,
as they did get the ball first to start this game as well. A score here would give them a lot of momentum going into halftime and getting the ball back.
Yeah, and this is big. This is the 3rd down if you're South Florence. They could go for it on 4th down. We'll see, but I doubt it if they get to 4th down, depending on how close it is. Big down right here if you're South Florence, because if you can get this ball back to your offense can go down and score. Like you said, James, guess who gets the ball first in the second half? It'd be South Florence, like you said.
Yes.
So big defense right now. We need South Florence to step up.
Mike Doe is in the football game for the Yellow Jackets here. Not sure how much he'll be involved here on this 3rd down and 11. Colin Tillman still in at quarterback. There are going to be 4 wide receivers. Trips to his left, the lone receiver to the right. He's going to drop straight back to throw. Clean pocket, firing over the middle, tipped in the air and intercepted. Warnell Bruce got it across the 40, and he's wrangled down at the 35. A huge play there by the Bruins as they turn away the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he was throwing it to. He threw it to 3 defenders from South Florence. There was no Yellow Jacket in the area where he threw the ball. And once again, South Florence, boy, if they didn't get that. That guy tipped the ball, and, man, like you said, Prue was there to catch it on the spot. Yep. Otherwise, that ball's hitting the ground.
I'm not sure which linebacker got their hand on it. It was, like you said, 3 Bruins in the vicinity. Warnell Prue came up with the tip drill. And now the Bruins, excellent field position here with 4:44 to go in this first half, trying to turn the tide of this game here early.
And that's the one thing you can't do if you're the Yellow Jackets. If you want to stay in this game, North Augusta, you cannot turn the ball over to South Florence. This is when they become dangerous. They're inside their territory, inside the 35.
Messiah Jackson starts there. Cameron James up the middle of the field. Knifing up the middle is Cameron James. Runs into the secondary. Won't be tackled after he'll be getting an 11-yard gain there and enough for a Bruin first down.
He's just so fast. He explodes as soon as he gets the opening, and by then he's already 10 yards down the field if he has the opening. If not, he's been hiding behind the line and running up the middle and just disguising himself. He's 5 foot, like you said, maybe 6. Such a tiny running back.
Every time Cam James gets the first down, they run the road runner beat as he gets the first down, and it's pretty on cue there. As they shift the 2 tight ends to the left, the offensive lineman to the right, they're going to follow the extra offensive lineman does Messiah Jackson, jump cutting into the middle of the field there. A nice run for a gain of 5.
Yeah, that was a design quarterback run the whole way. Like you said, they already put an extra offensive lineman in there, and you give it to your senior quarterback in these situations. Time management is important right now. So if you can drain the clock a little bit right now, you're also keeping North Augusta from having any momentum going into the second half.
Coach Marlowe in this Bruin offense really likes to shift the offensive linemen around those loaded looks as they do it again here as they shift. That's again Mason to the right side there. Extra blocking as Cam James will try to follow the leader there. Not as much that time, maybe a gain of 2 or 3. Flags down. And we'll have to check that here as the Bruins offensively have been plagued by a couple of penalties so far in this first half.
Yeah, and he's used to doing that peekaboo where he comes and they don't find him until 5 yards. That time they saw him real quick and they actually caught him about a 1 yard gain, and now it could be back again. This is the one thing that will kill South Florence's penalties.
It's actually going to be a penalty against North Augusta. It'll be a sideline warning against the Yellow Jacket sideline. 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Like I said, they did a good job that time against James, catching him in that pocket where they usually can't see him. I don't see an offensive lineman in the back yet. I mean, a running back there. I just see a quarterback.
Yeah, just Messiah Jackson is now. Cameron James and Bruce Thompson move to his right here on this third down. Jackson will look to throw into the flat. He's got his man, Jayon Perkins, right at the line to gain on the out route. Nice, clean play design to the 10-yard line for a Bruin first down.
Yeah, it was a really good play design, like you said. The only thing I saw, though, 41, DJ James was wide open in the middle. Messiah Jackson, was going toward his first read.
First and goal now at the 10-yard line for the Bruins. Knocking on the door here, already up 6. Time running down, inside 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Gabe McLaughlin now in the backfield with Messiah Jackson. Heavy set, 2 tight ends, and they'll have McLaughlin up the middle of the field, just blunt force right up the middle to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was a tackle by number 11, Ty Basket, by North Augusta, but after a gain of about 4 yards.
Brings up second and goal now, as the Bruins have been successful here in the red zone so far. Have had to convert on a couple third and fourth downs, though, as whistles will blow again here. And this time, North Augusta will call their second timeout here, knowing how important a stop here in the red zone would be for them. We talked about Coy Joyner, how great he is on kickoffs. He hasn't kicked many field goals this season. He's only kicked 2 all year. He's 1 for 2 on the season. So the Bruins definitely aren't in the situation to want to be gambling with that.
Not this late in the season. If you had to, you had to, but you don't want to unless you just absolutely have to use him for that, because he is 1 of 2, which means 50%, so he's not necessarily the most reliable. And we already saw him miss the PAT or get it blocked tonight.
Right.
I don't know that I'd want this to be in my kicker's hands if it comes to that kind of thing. So I'd agree with you.
Is warming up there just in case. North Augusta, though, already down 6 points here. We talked about the Bruins will get the ball to start that second half. The Bruins do a great job of, they talk about it, the middle 8. You win those last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. In games like this, a lot of times they don't need to do this. They are already up by 3 or 4 touchdowns, but they're so good in every single aspect. Whenever they're in these close games like this, they know when they're expected to make the plays.
I mean, they've been coached very well by Drew Marlowe to understand these situations. They're used to it. They've been there before. At least South Florence is used to this. So is North Augusta, though. It's not like they're playing some team that hasn't done well in the playoffs.
Second and 10, Messiah Jackson on a quarterback sweep running left side. Nowhere to go. Stacked up quickly at the line of scrimmage. Simeon Jones and Devon McInnes were there quickly to stop Messiah Jackson. Only a gain of 1, and it'll set up third down.
Now, I could see him bringing the kicker out in this situation because it's more like a PAT, but it doesn't look like – I thought it was fourth down.
Well, it's third down now, yes, sir.
Okay, I thought they had the 3 up there for a while. I'm sorry. Okay, so they still got another opportunity.
2 receivers
kicker.
set here for Messiah Jackson. 2 tight ends to try to lead the way. Gabe McLaughlin. Hard count for Messiah Jackson. Checks behind him. 10 seconds on the play clock here as it looks like Drew Marlowe, he's going to want to call a timeout here as well. The chess match continues down here in the red zone as South Florence's head coach wants to reconvene here on this third down.
Yeah, they're going to look and see what his defense is playing in third down because they're more than likely, I got a feeling, I don't know, because they need these points right now. They could kick this field goal because they are close enough.
This is the part of the season where this is definitely critical situations. They call those 4-point plays in the red zone where you either get a touchdown or you get a field goal. Those 4 points make a huge difference.
Yeah, especially after you've already had a PAT block because they're already in a -1 position. If both teams are scoring touchdowns after touchdowns and then they continue to make their extra points, South Florence is at a disadvantage.
Well, you would imagine maybe at this point South Florence already up a possession. If they do get that touchdown, we may see them going for 2 here. You don't want to dig yourself in a further hole, but we'll see how they go here as both teams will retreat from the sidelines in this huge third down, one of the biggest plays of the game here so far.
Yes, and they need this touchdown right here to secure not secure the win, but to secure the dominant first half that they need. They want to be state champs again.
Cam James in the backfield. Bruce Thompson and DJ James are out there as well. The Bruins in one of their heavier packages here at the goal line. North Augusta, no safeties, a lot of men up front. They're good at Cameron James running right sideline, submarining down as he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cameron James. And that Bruin offensive line did a great job of paving down that right side. And the Bruins capitalize on third down. And it's 19-7 now for the Bruins.
Now, of all the people that I didn't think were going to run it up the middle right there that close was James. I would figure they would go to either their Messiah Jackson, huge quarterback, or to Gabe McLaughlin, sorry. But didn't matter. Look what he did.
As Coy Joyner goes out onto the field, and now a quick substitution as the Bruins offense back now onto the field. We called it, Chuck. They're going to go for two here. 1:28 to go here in the second half. In the second quarter here.
I'm just wondering how this affects your momentum. You need to make sure you score here for sure.
Here we go. Messiah Jackson, quarterback power, right side. And, man, is that offensive line making an emphasis here as Messiah Jackson is into the end zone. And the score is now 21-7 Bruins.
With 1:28 left in this half, they got to stop them from scoring. And then they've really taken the momentum away from North Augusta, especially if they can score on the first drive of the second half. We're talking about a 21-point differential.
Before we get to that point, though, we got 1:28 to go here. North Augusta still with a timeout as well here. So we'll see how aggressive they want to play this here on the road.
That's why I'm saying this is big. They need to stop them here because they will have that huge momentum if they can. You don't even want to give them 3 points here.
As Sandstorm blares in the background as the coaches and the students in the sideline hyping up this crowd as the Bruins are feeling it here in this playoff atmosphere. Coy Joyner on to kick it away here as it is Nabert and Frazier back to return again. They haven't gotten an opportunity. Joyner kicks this one again into the night sky. This time Frazier muffs it at the 1 yard line. He's going to take it. No, he's just going to take that knee. Thought better of it there at the last second. And they're going to start back at the 20.
Yeah, the referee was there for him, especially right there, because otherwise he was going to run it out. He touched the ball before it went into the end zone, and a lot of times you're scared that might be something considered, but he never possessed the ball, right. So he let him get the touchback. He wanted to come out, though.
He did. Just inside of
I don't know if he wanted to. He felt like he had to. Let me rephrase that.
Right, you're right. A.J. Hillary now back onto the field for North Augusta as the quarterback carousel continues in a 5-wide set. Hillary looks to throw left side, fires incomplete off the hands of Tony and Nabert that side on the left side. It would have had a first down.
Yeah, you got to help your quarterback out better than that. That ball hit him straight in his 2 numbers. You can't miss that play.
As whistle blow, I think the clock was a little slow on the stoppage there. We have 1:15 to go now, as I think they're going to have to replay, or not replay the snap, but fix the game clock here. Yeah, a little discussion here with Coach Marlowe on the sideline with the officiating crew, as I think they're going to try to call up to the booth here and get that fixed.
Yeah, I'm assuming that is what it is as well, James, but they're not.
Yeah, we'll see.
I know both teams are ready to continue right now. They're both out on the field.
Yeah, it's clearly
there it goes. It's up to 124 now.
Yep. It was 128 before the play, now 124, and we're ready to go for action here.
Good officiating there, way to catch that.
100%. Hillary in a 5-wide set in the gun. He's going to look to throw. Bruins rush forward. They're going to get quickly there. Terry Gordon's in the backfield, and he just throws it to the sideline.
That's going to be
dangerous
grounding.
Play there by Hillary. No. That might be grounding. You called it, Chuck, and the flag flies late.
No, that's definitely grounding. First, he threw the ball. He didn't even get it back up to the line of scrimmage, and he kind of sidearmed it. He's lucky that wasn't considered a possible fumble, but he's going back now.
Terry Gordon on a delayed blitz, and man, is he slippery. Nobody touched number 10,
No,
and that's a scary sight for Hillary in the backfield.
He went around like 3 different guys. I don't know how the quarterback had the time to get rid of the ball, I'll say that. But Terry Gordon, way to be consistent and just to keep going and keep that motor going. Because he literally went through around three different people to get to him.
So Terry Gordon might not get the sack there, but he'll force that huge penalty and the yardage. It'll be 3rd and 25 here.
Oh, he gets the credit for the sack as well, and they get lost of down. So,
excuse me, 3rd and 23. Hillary will throw. He's got time, firing deep down the field, and it is. Oh my goodness, that's caught at midfield. What a catch! Tony and Neighbor just caught it over his man at midfield. And what a play by the Yellow Jackets to get a spark.
Oh, yeah, he definitely caught that ball, James. South Florence had it. First of all, he looked like he was thrown to the referee, who was the only man down there, and then South Florence was there. Their receiver came in and made a 50-50 ball catch. What a beautiful catch.
Just a huge mossing catch over the middle of the field, and the Yellow Jackets have it at midfield now. Hillary in the gun. They're going to throw it back out to him on that left side as Neighbor get a nice gain of 5 there, and the Yellow Jackets now have points on the mind here with just inside a minute to go here.
That was a big 3rd down play by them over the middle. Wow.
Both those safeties were there to try to make a play on that, but that was just pure willpower and ball tracking ability there by Neighbor.
I mean, they both had their hands on the ball.
Hillary's going to look to throw Terry Gordon in his face as he's going to try a little screen pass to the tight end, but nowhere to go. Terry Gordon blew that play up, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And Miles Johnson almost caught that ball, number 33 from South Florence, because he tried to jump throw that ball like a Tim Tebow did at the goal line.
Yep.
They normally don't do it at the 44-yard line, but he got lucky.
Big 3rd down for the Yellow Jackets here, trying to get points before halftime. Clock stop after the incompletion. We got 51 seconds. We are inside 10 on the play clock. Hillary's got to get this play lined up. 5 wide, he'll take the snap. Look to throw. Got time, leaves it down the field into traffic, and this time it is intercepted. Picked off by Amari Reeves.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he was. Once again, that quarterback just threw it up for grabs, to be honest with you, that time, James. Same thing he did the last play. His receiver just happened to be able to track it. Just then, that was just an ill-advised throw. You got to get that momentum after that kind of play. Push down. Do a different play than that. That's not even just quarterback. That was.
Yeah,
but if you're South Florence, by all means, throw it to my defense like that.
It was intended for Tony and Neighbor again on that deep post route over the middle of the field. Like you said, Chuck, same exact play design, but this time the South Florence defense adjusted, and Amari Reeves was right in front of that to pick it off. And the Bruins, with 42 seconds to go here in this half, will have it at the 7-yard line. But a huge stop by the Bruins to slam the door on North Augusta again.
Yeah, it took the momentum right away from him. Like I said, I'm just surprised that quarterback did that. He's kneeling down right here.
Yep. They're going to take a shotgun snap, and Messiah Jackson, oh, and that's not good. They had a kneel down called, but a false start, or excuse me, a delay of game for the Bruins there, as that's going to back them up 5 yards, and that's going to make the next kneel down a little more interesting.
Yeah, you won't be kneeling down right there where he's at. If you do, it's a safety.
You got to think it's just going to be a direct snap quarterback dive up the middle here. Yes, great play there by Messiah Jackson to get to the 2 and slide feet first. And that's going to do it here for the first half, unless North Augusta wants to burn that last time out. But
I know normally we say you can't take them with you, but I don't think this is a case where you want to do anything at all.
And it looks like that's going to do it here as both teams retreat to their sidelines here. The Bruins, a rocky start here, but here at half, the score, the defending 4A champs 21 and North Augusta 7 on the road. Our producer MJ is going to have all of the halftime scores and updates from around the state here at our halftime show. We'll be back with your Florence Game of the Week after your halftime break here on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Let's go Bruins.
This Christmas, you can make a difference right here in the PD. The Toys for Tots Drive is coming to Florence, December 3rd through December 5th. Proudly sponsored by Poolworks on Palmetto Street and community broadcasters. With 50 donation locations across Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and Lake City, it's never been easier to bring joy to a child in need. Join our stations broadcasting live at Poolworks on December 3rd, then at Walmart on Beltline December 4th, and don't miss the broadcast live at Ollie's on December 5th. Come shop, buy a toy, and drop it off at the live broadcast locations. Or visit sctoysfortots.com to find location boxes at businesses all around the PD. Or click the big Donate Now button to help us reach our goal of $10,000. Every dollar stays right here to give local children a brighter Christmas. Don't wait, donate today. Go to sctoysfortots.com, and together we can make this Christmas magical for every child in the PD.
Let's be real. Car shopping can be a headache. You know, you pull into a dealership, the salespeople are all outside following your car around until one of them springs into action, jumps on the hood of your car while holding onto your wiper blades, and is talking to you through the windshield, just trying to pressure you into buying their vehicle. Not at Big A Auto Sales. We keep it simple. No pushy salespeople, just honest deals that fit your needs. Bad credit? No sweat. Good credit? Hey, even better. We have options, and our team will work hard to get you behind that wheel today. Stop stressing. Start driving. Because at Big A Auto Sales, the A stands for approved. Come see us at Big A Auto Sales, 1216 North Cashua Drive. Or call our team at 843-661-7272. Or you can look us up at bigaflorence.net. Check out our inventory. Tried to cook a simple breakfast this morning, burned the bacon, undercooked the eggs, and now your smoke alarm is filing a complaint? Yeah, it's time to leave it to the pros. Start your day the tasty way at Venus Restaurant and Catering. We're serving up sizzling bacon, fluffy pancakes, and hearty home-cooked meals made fresh every morning. At Venus, we serve comfort food with a creative twist. Whether you come in for breakfast or lunch, it's always fast, fresh, and satisfying. Planning an event? Let us cater it. We can handle any event, big or small, fancy or casual. You tell us what you want, and we'll bring the flavor to you. Let us take the stress off your plate. Fuel your day the Venus way, where every bite feels like home. We also want to thank everyone for letting us serve you with love since 1977. Venus Restaurant and Catering is serving up smiles Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Auto Glass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Auto Glass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Auto Glass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
It is ESPN Radio 96.3 FM's Game of the Week at the half. South Florence leads North Augusta 21-7. Let's go around the state. Northwestern on top of Gaffney 27-7 right now. It is James Island 14, Stratford 7, Hampton County 42, Manning 6, Irmo 14, White Knoll nothing. Oceanside up on Dillon 21-0. Loris 30, Newberry 7. Berkeley all over Myrtle Beach 27-7. Bamberg Earhart 21, Carvers Bay 8. Lamar over Hunter Kiner Tyler 24-8. West Side 14, Camden 7. Strom Thurmond 16, Chester nothing. Louisville 22, C.A. Johnson 6. South Point 21, AC Flora nothing. Carolina Forest 21, Somerville 7. It's Gray Collegiate on top of Hilton Head Island, 7-0. TL Hanna squeaking by Indian Land at the moment, 18-14. Fairfield Central 28, Glennon nothing. Ridgeview now down on Dorman, 21-6. That's Dorman with a 21-6 lead. Dutch Fork just took the lead over Burns late in the second, 7-0. And in Skeeza, Northwood Academy leading Heathwood 39-7. Your score at the half: South Florence 21, North Augusta 7.
Florence, are you ready to shine? The Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce invites you to be a part of the 2025 Florence Christmas Parade, Saturday, December 13th at 11 a.m. The parade steps off near Sunset Drive and Evans Street, then rolls down Evans straight towards Dargan Street, with performances judged right in front of the Florence City Center. Businesses, schools, churches, dance studios, civic groups, classic cars, everyone welcome to enter. Bring your float, your band, your dancers, and your holiday spirit. And yes, there will be cash prizes. Santa's secret judges will award cash for the best participation, entries, and best bands based on predetermined evaluation criteria. So polish those instruments, light up those floats, and make your entry unforgettable. Register now at flowchamber.com. That's flowchamber.com. Contact Jessica Watts at the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce at 843-519-0933. The Florence Christmas Parade, Saturday, December 13th at 11 a.m. Don't just watch the magic, be the magic.
Get ready to ride for a reason. It's the Toys for Tots ride happening Sunday, November 30th from 2 to 5 p.m. Kickstands up at 2 p.m. sharp, starting at Darlington Raceway and finishing at Blackjack Harley-Davidson. Join riders from across the PD as we roll out to bring holiday cheer to local kids in need. All proceeds go directly to Toys for Tots, helping make Christmas brighter for families right here at home. Food will be available from Sophia's Pizzeria, serving up fresh, hot slices all afternoon. This ride is open to all riders and supporters. Just bring a new unwrapped toy or a monetary donation and join in the fun. Let's make this holiday season unforgettable for local kids with the Toys for Tots ride. Sunday, November 30th, 2 to 5 p.m. from Darlington Raceway to Blackjack Harley-Davidson. Presented by Blackjack Harley-Davidson and the Darlington Raceway.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
South Carolina listeners from the Midlands and the PD have saved thousands of dollars on products and services provided by local businesses at carolinasaves.com. 100% of every item on carolinasaves.com is at least 50% off. There's restaurants, health and beauty products, entertainment items, and so much more. It's worth it to check out the website and bookmark it on your device because new items are added every week. Every day, listeners save cash at carolinasaves.com. Go there now, carolinasaves.com.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Autoglass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Autoglass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Autoglass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
This is the college football preview from the Sports Talk Media Network. Phil Kornblut, along with Chris Bergen, the play-by-play voice of Coastal Carolina. And you, my friend, will have the pleasure of being at Williams-Brice Stadium on Saturday to call Coastal Carolina against South Carolina. Should be a lot of fun. How are you feeling about that? Are you prepared to say something crazy at the end if the Shots, 24.5-point underdog, pull off the upset?
You mean if, for instance, they become the baddest rooster in the barnyard, perhaps? It's very possible. Chanticleers
You are ready, huh?
No, probably won't go that route. The problem for Coastal is injuries really starting to crop up at a bad time going into this game. I think Coastal earlier in the season, once Samari Collier started to get the offense going, might have been a better time to play South Carolina. But then on the flip side, you look at the Gamecocks, Phil, and what kind of mindset are they going to be in after blowing an inexplicable victory? You want to talk about the perfect snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. That's exactly what South Carolina did last week at Texas A&M. I know Shane Beamer said all the right things at his presser earlier this week, but if you're a Gamecock fan, you've got to be awfully concerned about the mindset going into this ball game. And Coastal is a team that could pull off the upset. They're talented enough, just kind of concerned about the injuries, not just at the quarterback position, but also along the offensive line. And how in the world, if Tad Hudson's the guy, which I anticipate he will be at quarterback, how is the Coastal offensive line going to keep guys like Dylan Stewart off of him? That's going to be interesting to watch.
What will be the Coastal offensive approach?
Got to run the football. I mean, that's what's made them successful throughout this year, and certainly here during the last 4 out of the last 5 ball games, they've been able to run the football virtually at will on everybody. They'll have to do that, and then find a way to get a couple of short fields. They've got to knock the ball loose against South Carolina. Both these teams, the Gamecocks and the Chanticleers, very good defensively at forcing turnovers. They're both ranked inside the top 20. Somebody's probably going to cough it up way too many times, and if it's Coastal, I'm just not sure the outcome is going to go their way.
Meantime, up in the upstate in the Valley, it's the renewal of one of the longest running series in South Carolina, Furman and Clemson, though they haven't played every year. It was Clemson's first football game back in 1896 when the Tigers beat the Paladins by 7. Of course, now this game's taken for granted by everyone around Clemson. And Furman's not having one of those years where you would suspect an FCS program, even one with the proud tradition of Furman, is going to rise up and beat Clemson.
No, I don't think so. And the Tigers, say what you will about them all season, they've sort of been up and down clearly with the way their record sits at 5-5. It's very illustrative of what we've seen from them all year long. One thing I saw, though, and I found this interesting, I did not realize the kind of year that Adam Randall is having. We've been criticizing Clemson and their inability to rush the football all season long. Adam's going to be a guy that's probably approaching about 850, almost 900 yards by the time the season is done. I don't necessarily think that's a bad year for a converted wide receiver. And then Cade Klubnik has turned it around and starting to play much, much better than he did earlier in the season. It's too late for them. I mean, they're going to make a bowl game because they'll beat Furman on Saturday and maybe beat South Carolina next week. So they'll get into a bowl game. It's not what Tiger fans had hoped for, but it would be a nice way to send off some of these guys. And then you start looking ahead to next season. Both the Gamecocks and Tigers are the quarterbacks that we see play in next week's game, Phil. Lenore Sellers and Cade Klubnik. Are either one of them going to be in a Gamecock or Tiger uniform next year? I know Klubnik won't. Will Sellers?
That is the big question. One thing about this Furman and Clemson game, Trey Hedden can throw the football for Furman. You give him a little bit of time. He's got some good receivers. They might sneak a play or two deep behind the Clemson secondary, and it might strike against them.
Well, and all you have to do if you're a Tiger fan is go back to the Syracuse game and see how many times they had wide receivers running loose in the secondary. That's been a big problem for this Clemson defense all season long. A little bit different athlete they'll be facing from Furman than some of the ACC opponents they face. But still, it wouldn't surprise me if Furman puts 14 or so points up on the board against Clemson's defense because it has not been as dominant as we anticipated it would be going into the season.
All right, let's check out the rest of the state. Wofford wraps up its season at home against UT Chattanooga. The Terriers have won 3 in a row, got a chance to finish at 500 with a win. Presbyterian having a fabulous year. They'll be at home against Marist, and the Blue Hose looking for their 10th win of the season and an FCS playoff bid if they can get this win on Saturday. South Carolina State closes out MEAC play at Delaware State, looking to go undefeated once again in the league. Charleston Southern will wrap up its season at home against Tennessee State, coming off a close loss at UT Martin. The Citadel will close out its season at East Tennessee State. The Bulldogs have lost their last 2. In the Division II playoffs, we've got Newberry at home against Kentucky State, North Greenville on the road at West Florida, and Benedict also on the road at Wingate. That'll do it for the college football preview. For Chris Bergen, this is Phil Kornblut on the Sports Talk Media Network.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
Coming up after the game, it's the South Carolina High School Scoreboard Show on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to your 96.3 ESPN Radio high school football game of the week here as we are at Bruin Stadium covering the South Carolina Class 4A third round of the playoffs here as the defending champ South Florence Bruins with a 21-7 lead over the 4-seed North Augusta Yellow Jackets. And Chuck, we talked most of the pregame show and predicted that this game would be very physical, one at the line of scrimmage. Both these teams, their identity is to run the football and play good defense. And so far, that's really kind of lived up to it so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, other than the two interceptions by the North Augusta quarterbacks, which won each, which has stalled both of their drives. Other than that, if they don't have that, this game could be a 21-21 game, to be honest, James. They've really impressed me, North Augusta has, with how they have been able to handle some of South Florence's runs and how they've also been able to stop the passing, because South Florence has not passed the ball very much tonight either, if we paid attention.
Not to much success, at least. Messiah Jackson threw his third interception of the season in that first quarter, which immediately led to the only points of the night for North Augusta on a Jaden Hatcher, about a 20-yard scamper to that left side. So really the name of the game from this first half has been the turnovers. Both of these teams capitalizing on turnovers and obviously losing possessions and opportunities to score with these turnovers. I'm sure both of these coaches have preached about that all season long. It's been something that has been a focal point of both these teams. They don't turn the football over a lot. What is that difference maker like tonight when you have all these players forcing turnovers and trying to make those types of plays?
Well, I mean, if you're a coach, you're going crazy because they keep making bad plays for you. But as far as what's going on, if you're the players, yeah, you're trying to go out there and rip, steal, do everything you can to get your team the ball back, no matter what. That's the name of the game if you're on defense, is to stop the offense. Of course, that's just common sense, right. But at the same time, you got to be the player that can do it. And when you're backed up in certain situations, you got to be able to make big plays to get those turnovers if you want to be that kind of elite team. It's three phases of a game. Yep. Defense, offense, special teams. But defense also can give those supplemental touchdowns that I've talked about.
Last year, North Augusta hosted South Florence in the lower state championship game. Got up early, 20-0, got two defensive touchdowns. But the heart of the champion Bruins showed that night, and they came back and won that game 27-20. But now the script is flipped. The Bruins at home leading 21-7 here. Does North Augusta have that same type of heart and mentality? And we'll see if they can come back here tonight here as we get ready to start the second half action here. Settle in and enjoy.
Yeah, this is big South Florence possession here.
Kick is away, a end over end short kick that'll be fair caught at the 28-yard line by Malik Robinson. Jacob DeGennaro not giving a chance at a return there, and the Bruins will start with good field position.
And this is big. Like I said, this drive coming out is big tone setter for both teams right here. If you're North Augusta, you really, really need to stop to get yourself a chance, because if you go down 28-7, it's going to be really difficult. Like you said, they're just not a pass-heavy team. But with that said, they've had a little success. Well, I don't want to say they've had too much success. It's kind of mixed because they've thrown two interceptions and they've had two decent pass plays.
Definitely nothing consistent. Messiah Jackson starts at the 30-yard line, and he's going to hand it off up the middle to Cameron James off that right sideline. A nice little run there as he gains about 6 yards on the opening play of the second half.
Yeah, he's starting just like he did in the first half already. Cam James running right behind his lineman, just hiding himself, and then once he gets to that 4 or 5 yard line, that's when they tackled.
That's really
it
been
should be consistent. I've seen it too much tonight.
Been the difference so far tonight. It's been that Bruin offensive line. They have come to play as they always do, even against this tough competition here now. Second down, 2 tight ends set for the Bruins. They're going to give it off. Cameron James up the middle of the field. Another nice run as he bursts through that middle line, wrapped up in that second level. He'll be just another hair of the football short here. We've had a couple of these tonight. It'll set up another 3rd down and 1.
What a block by Bruce Thompson to actually free him up to get that yardage. There was a man, I didn't get his number, I think it was number 30 on North Augusta, who came around, and if that block pancaked him.
Big shift here by the Bruins as they line up 2 extra offensive linemen on that left side, and Cameron James will follow up the middle of the field, goes away from that line, but he finds his running room to the 45, and that's another Bruin first down to start the second half.
And this is the kind of drive you want to have, a clock grinding drive. If you can keep running the ball 4 and 5 yards at a clip, you're going to. I would. You don't want them. I mean, after some of the stuff you saw with those big pass plays, you want to keep this off of North Augusta's offense.
Gabe McLaughlin now checking into the backfield. Still same personnel, and McLaughlin handoff up the middle of the field, and he's going to bounce it to the left side, and Gabe McLaughlin's got running room across the 40 into Yellow Jacket territory and pushed out of bounds just at the 39-yard line, and that's Gabe McLaughlin's best run of the night.
Yeah, he usually is the one that goes inside, and James is the one that goes outside. That time it was a little bit of the opposite. Thunder went to the outside, and like I said, not the fastest running back, but boy, if he didn't get a good chunk of yards just then.
The Bruins liking how this opening drive is starting. All run plays for positive yards here. Sets up another first down and 10. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Having a harder time getting this one in here is they'll quickly shift McLaughlin and Bruce Thompson into the backfield with Messiah Jackson. 1 on the play clock, they'll get it off, and here goes Messiah Jackson running left side, and there he goes! Messiah Jackson's got a seam, and no one's going to catch this elusive offensive player of the year for a touchdown!
Nice play. But I don't know if you saw it, James. That was kind of a lucky play. Gabe McLaughlin almost took the ball out of Messiah Jackson's hand. Luckily, Messiah Jackson said, no, sir, you're not touching this ball. Otherwise, we're not looking at that long touchdown. Yeah. Beautiful run by Messiah Jackson.
Sold the fake enough to where Gabe McLaughlin thought he was going to get the football.
He was trying to take the ball out of his hands.
But like you said, Messiah Jackson took it that left side and gave him a little wiggle there and just almost untouched as Coy Joyner on for the extra point. It is up and good, and the Bruins feeling it here on this muggy November night here. They're up 28-7 now.
And you wouldn't think after the first half that this would be such a lopsided score, because I don't feel like North Augusta is just like that much worse of a team than South Florence. I said there was a 78% chance that South Florence would win. So, yeah, they're expected to win, but they're not expected to beat them by 40 points. And right now they're up 21.
The Bruins have really been dominant as of late. We talked about that Northwestern game this season. Really just, I'm not going to say a different football team since that moment, but the attitude of this team has shifted drastically from that. And North Augusta now down 3 scores here in the second half. It's time to put the pedal to the metal.
If you're North Augusta, no matter what, you have to find a way to score on this drive. Otherwise, I'm telling you, the writing is already on the wall.
Coy Joyner kicks it away high, end over end kick. It'll go to the 1-yard line, and this time be Frazier. He's going to be able to take it out. He slips at the 10. He'll fall forward to the 15. But again, the Bruins special teams all over him. That was number 29, Jewel Washington, the first man there. And again, the Yellow Jackets will start pinned back deep in their territory.
Yeah, South Florence special teams has been special all year long. Once again, the player actually did slip down, which kept him from gaining any yardage. However, South Florence's defense was there.
10:08 to go here, third quarter action. Mike Doe into the football game for North Augusta here, as it is Tillman back out there, as they're going to give it to Mike Doe, his first carry of the game, and he's going to run left side, a decent little gain there. You already get to see that power from Mike Doe on a gain of 3.
Yeah, we're going to see how healthy he is, just because he hasn't played much the whole game, James. In fact, he's coming right back off the field right now, I think.
No, they're going to line him up at
receiver
play.
Okay.
Here. Yeah, they're going to line him up, spread it out here as Tillman is back in the gun all by himself here now. Second down and call it 7 yards. As they're going to send Doe back into the backfield here. No, he's going to line up as a blocker. I think Tillman's going to roll, trying to find something. Fires back across, and he had a man open, but incomplete. Fired back across his body, intended for number 14. That was DJ Johnson. Not able to corral that one, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, you got to make that catch for your quarterback. Because that quarterback, he just threw it twice. He's already had 2 passes that I've seen hit numbers. That one hit him right in his hands, and I'm not sure what happened.
And there wasn't really anybody
He could have got a touchdown, I believe.
At least a huge chunk play, maybe 1 or 2 guys to beat for the Bruins. But a missed opportunity for North Augusta here, as there's also going to be a penalty for looks like an illegal man downfield on North Augusta. So scrap the down, give them the yardage here, make it third down. No, yes, it will be second down and 11.
Yeah, they accepted the penalty.
3 wide receivers set for North Augusta. Doe stays in the game as they send number 17 right in motion. They're going to look to throw. Tillman's got a clean pocket, heaving it down the field into single coverage and incomplete. Great play broken up there by that Bruins secondary. That was Grekeem Hall that time to knock it away from Toby and Neighbor.
Same type of play he's done over and over. He's throwing these 50-50 balls up because both people were there once again, James. Just a better defensive play than an offensive play on that one. The receiver definitely had a chance, but at the same time, he is really throwing up some 50-50 balls in the middle of the field.
Testing this Bruins secondary, and for the majority of the night, they have been as advertised. As that's another big play there. It'll be third down and 11 now for North Augusta at the 18-yard line. And immediately, North Augusta sensing their backs beginning to press against the wall, and Coach Bush will call his first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, but it's probably a smart play by them. He's got to calm his team down. This is just a huge drive because, if you do go down right here, you don't score right here, and South Florence does, and forget the fact if they do, it doesn't matter. This is a drive
already got the
you
lead
really
they need here.
You need to score on this drive, though, because they'll run this clock out.
The Bruins, yes, that's their name of the game. Even not able to do the running clock up by 42, but up by 14, they're more than willing to go heavy personnel and done what they've done all game, lean on this offensive line, give it to McLaughlin and James, and trust Messiah Jackson, and it is quite the recipe for success.
Yeah, if you running the ball and you're running it successfully and you're only getting 4 and 5 yard clips at a time, you really control how many possessions the other offense has.
North Augusta here with one of their biggest plays offensively of the day here, coming up on a third down and 11. 4 wide receivers for Tillman as he's going to drop to throw. He does have a clean pocket. Now it gets muddied. He's going to hit as he throws. Incomplete on that left sideline. Intended for Cam Frazier. It'll be fourth down, and the Bruins will force another punt.
Yeah, that was Miles Johnson in there I didn't catch the other guy's number, but Miles Johnson from South Florence was the one in there on that hit that made that throw come out a little bit funny. It looks like he got tipped, possibly, or either just hit his arm when he was throwing it. But he's lucky it wasn't intercepted. And if you're North Augusta, this is not what you wanted.
Back deep, standing at his goal line here is Sweat here as he'll get this one away. A line driving kick that'll go right to Jayon Perkins at the 49, and he's going to run left side, trying to find some running. He got a block. He's across the 40, 35, 30. Jayon Perkins at the 20. Flag down behind him there as we're going to see this one come back here, but a good return by Perkins, but a penalty on the return.
Yeah, nice return. You see the speed in Jayon Perkins. However, like you said, it is coming back. But I believe it's actually still going to be a pretty good run back. Probably going to be about the 40-yard line when South Florence gets the ball.
Drew Marlowe having to wrangle in his special teams coach here as he was not happy about that block on the return there. We'll see where they have the penalty flag marked at the 32-yard line there. So if it's 10 yards from that spot there, they'll have it at about the 42. We'll see where all things are done after this. But again, the Bruins with a dominant opening drive defensively here as they are able to get another stop from North Augusta and continuing this dominance here in the second half.
What are they doing with the football, James?
Yes, they are going to mark it back here.
Okay, they brought it all the way to 50.
Yeah, they have it all the way to the 50. So the holding was, or the block in the back was at the 40-yard line. So the Bruins will start at midfield.
It's given the fact that he did run it back so far. That's a big break for North Augusta. And
So
a big mistake by the special teams on South Florence side.
They'll have it right where Jayon Perkins caught it at the midfield on that right hash. Here we go. Messiah Jackson in the gun. Cam James with him, and he'll give it to James running up the middle of the field as he submarines for a gain of about 3 yards. Tackled by big 99 Davion McInnes.
Yeah, James doing the same thing, though, hiding behind those linemen and just running straight behind them, that time it was only 3 or 4, but at the same time it's repetitive over and over.
Lull him to sleep, says the Bruins. Hard count by Jackson here on second down, and he'll look to the sideline here. Low safety for North Augusta, not expecting a pass here. As they're going to give it to James, running left side, trying to follow Bruce Thompson. Cam James driving those legs, but not much again this time. It'll be a gain of 1 there. It'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Bruins.
Yeah, good defensive stop by North Augusta. They kind of are probably getting tired of getting pushed back so much, so eventually you got to push back yourself, and that time they did. Now South Florence, it's up to them to push because they need this 3rd down. And it's 3rd and 5.
Note there, big Luke Thayer, number 53, the junior offensive lineman, having to come out of the game there. His helmet got taken off on that play. 3rd and 5 without one of your starting guards for South Florence here as they are in the gun. Cameron James in the backfield, and again, whistles will blow. And this time, Drew Marlowe, sensing the pivotal 3rd down, will call his first timeout of this second half. And in a situation like this, he's thinking this is a great opportunity on your own side of the 50. Go up by just pretty much making it an insurmountable lead here, already up 3 scores.
Yeah,
pretty much trying to go for the kill shot here.
Yeah, go up 4 scores and then just, run this clock as much as you can when you have the ball. This is what they've done all year long, too, though, James. It's like you said, they got to stay on schedule. So far, South Florence has been staying on schedule like they're supposed to.
Really having that one rough 3rd and long there and that forced them to punt, but in that interception, that's really been the only things that have stopped the Bruins so far tonight. Running the football, they've been quite efficient here as both Gabe McLaughlin and Cameron James have found the end zone, as well as Messiah Jackson now on the ground.
Yeah, and South Florida's offense has come back out here to go ahead and take this 3rd down and 5 play that Drew Marlowe has drawn up at this timeout.
We'll see what Coach Marlowe has drawn up here. 2 tight ends set. Gabe McLaughlin in the backfield now. Jayon Perkins, Malik Robinson to Jackson's left. And Jackson will fake to McLaughlin. He's going to roll to his left. Looks to throw, sets his seat, fires downfield. 1-on-1. Malik Robinson on the back shoulder. He dropped it. Great throw. Great way to get to the football by Malik Robinson. Just couldn't hang on. In coverage that time was DJ Johnson.
Yeah, that throw it turned the receiver around a little bit, but it was still catchable by Malik Robinson. But what a catch it would have been. He would have been catching that ball with 2 toes and then right on the sidelines going out of bounds because he was kind of diving for it as well.
4th down now, Messiah Jackson out to punt, and he's got all the time and a nice kick, high end over end kick. It'll bounce at the 15, and it'll take a Bruin bounce to about the 12-yard line. Call it the 13-yard line, and that is where North Augusta will again start their drive.
There's a flag on the play for something. I'm not sure what happened. He must have picked it up, James. No, he did.
They're convening here on the South Florence sideline here. So
they were looking like it was against number 21 right here, against Jaquez Johnson.
Coach Marlowe's pointing towards North Augusta sideline saying, we didn't do it, they did.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this penalty is, but I saw it coming from the backfield judge.
Coach Marlowe.
Or the backfield ref.
Almost certain this is against the Yellow Jackets.
It looks like it's
It
going to
is.
be. Okay, because 21 was the one kind of stressing out on South Florence. Not sure exactly what happened.
So it must have been, holding on the punting team there. Tough play there on a punt that went out of bounds on a hold there. An unnecessary penalty that'll back the Yellow Jackets up even further into their own territory. They're going to start this drive inside their own 10.
Yeah, not ideal if you're North Augusta. However, their defense stepped up big just then and stopped them short, or stopped them and made them punt.
As the Bruins all year long have done a great job of forcing their opponents to go the length of the field. They don't give them many short fields, just a special teams unit. And North Augusta's starting field position tonight has been inside the 20.
It's a recipe that South Florence has drawn up all year. They try to keep them inside the 20, and they've done a really good job against multiple teams. Just continue to do what they like to do until somebody stops them. And I believe, tonight, if they can continue this momentum that they have, they win this game, and then we're going to find out, because that next lower state championship, that's going to be a tough game.
So here we go. North Augusta starting here. 7:23 to go in the third quarter. They have it marked at the 3-yard line for North Augusta here. So red alert danger here for the Yellow Jackets. As we're still trying to get this all figured out, here is the officiating crew. Now talking it over with Coach Richard Bush on the North Augusta sideline. As I believe we are ready for play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're. No, another one just came back in the middle to talk again.
Yeah, they're going over.
There they go. Now it looks like they're separating.
Well, they're talking to Coach Marlowe over here now. Here we go. Tillman in with Mike Doe in the backfield. Ball pinned at the 3-yard line for North Augusta here. Dangerous situation here as the Yellow Jackets have to take it 97 yards to try to stay in this football game. In the gun, Tillman will fake to Mike Doe. He's going to throw it short, and it's intercepted. And Amari Reeves is able to walk untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins!
Oh, man, if you are North Augusta and you are number 3, Cam Frazier, you are asking your quarterback, what in the world were you thinking? Because you threw it straight to South Florence. I don't even think he looked to see that Amari Reeves was right there.
Amari Reeves, his second interception of the day, and not a bigger one there, as that was just thrown right to him. Like you said, Chuck, he jumped right in front of Cam Frazier, and it was like it was meant for him. He just was able to stroll about 3 yards into the end zone.
Yes, and way to go, South Florence defense. Once again, this is the kind of stuff we need if we want another state championship.
High snap, Coy Joyner, Turner had to get it down.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a place kicker catch the ball that snap low, stand up, and then go back down. Normally they stay on the ground. But that just tells you what he did, and I don't know how he got the kickoff, but he did. That one I could have understood if they were to miss an extra point.
Shout out to Ben Tyner there. Like you said, a high snap, had to get off his knees and get it back down for Coy Joyner. The extra point is up and good. And now the score with 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. The Bruins 35 and North Augusta 7 here, as the nightmare has begun for the Yellow Jackets. And the Bruins, they're thinking about the lower state semifinal matchup next week now.
Well, in my opinion, right now, South Florence needs to focus on winning this game. I don't care what the score is right now. I was a South Carolina Gamecock fan, and I found out what thinking a big enough lead is. And just let's make sure we continue this, for all of us think this is going to happen.
Coy Joyner will get ready to kick this away, and now the Bruins defense really can pin their ears back here, up by 4 touchdowns. Joyner kicks it away here. Fair catch called in for, no, they're going to let him return it here as he swung his arm up, but he's able to return it out to that left side there. Nice return there by Neighbor to about the 24-yard line, and that's where North Augusta will try to dig themselves out of this hole.
Yeah, that was a good return by him as far as anything that's happened tonight, because nobody's done too much tonight, or they haven't on against South Florence's special teams yet. So better return that they needed.
Out comes now Hillary, A.J. Hillary, for the Yellow Jackets as he's going to try to throw here. He's got time. Now he's going to scramble up the middle of the field, and he'll just slide to safety here after a nice 11-yard gain. First down for A.J. Hillary and the Yellow Jackets.
He's looking to throw the ball right now, though. If you're North Augusta, you do not want to just start throwing against this secondary.
3 interceptions already.
Yeah.
He'll look to throw. Hillary firing left sideline into traffic. And did he have it? Rakeem Hall did. He got his foot down on the left sideline, and it's intercepted by the Bruins again.
If they give it to him, I think he caught that ball. Let's see.
No, they're going to rule it incomplete. Oh, man. I thought he had it, Chuck.
I did, too. I thought he came down, but I'm not all the way on that sideline.
Great effort there by Rakeem Hall to lay out for that ball, though.
But like I said, this is not the kind of game you want to play to start throwing against this team, because I haven't seen accurate enough throws by anybody, either one of the quarterbacks, to be going against this secondary like this. You're just putting it up there and giving the ball right back to them. If you want this game to be over with quick, go ahead and keep doing that, because South Florence knows how to return them and get a 42-point lead quickly.
So after all that, they give him a penalty, Chuck? I missed that, I believe. It'll be first down. They called a penalty against the Bruins here up to the 46-yard line here. Does North Augusta have it after it must have been a holding penalty against the Bruins? Now Hillary will fire left sideline. Got it short right there at the line of scrimmage, hauled in by number 10, Dayton Griffith McCraney. His first catch of the day. It'll be second down and 3 after that.
Definitely one of their better plays of the night as well, to be honest, James. They haven't had a lot of success right now throwing the ball or running. Without that interception and that 27-yard run by them, we'd have a 35-0 game.
Jaden Hatcher checks into the game, and they're going to line him up in that Wildcat look, lone backfield for Hatcher. As he's going to get it running left side, they fake the sweep, and Hatcher's got a little bit of running room as he's going to have enough for that first down, wrangled down by Warnell Prue, but it'll be enough for a Yellow Jacket first down. We got a man slow to get up for North Augusta, one of their offensive linemen. Holding on to that knee, that's Malcolm Gaston, the senior 6'5", 325 offensive lineman down for North Augusta.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. He's a Liberty commit, so he's a big-time player for them. You cannot have that kind of player go out in the playoffs and still try to win this game. He's very important to their offense, and I hope this young man's going to be all right.
Yeah, a 3-star commit to Liberty, as you said, Chuck, one of the best offensive linemen in the state of South Carolina. And with 6:33 to go here, the Bruins up 35-7. We will take a step aside here as they get Malcolm Gaston checked out. We'll be back after this.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Autoglass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Autoglass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Autoglass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918. Serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
Now back to the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Good to see Malcolm Gaston there, able to get up on his own power with the help of some of the training staff. It'll be first down and 10 now for North Augusta as they're going to run a little trickery here as they're going to take a fake sweep, fake flea flicker, and it goes absolutely nowhere. As I think that was Will Wilson on that right nose. Check that. That's Amari Reeves, who's been all over the place, tackling him for no gain there on that left sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that design play, because it almost looked like number 13, the one from North Augusta, when he passed by number 10. I've not got all these numbers right now. But when he passed by him in the backfield, I thought he was going to at least throw it to him, and I think he thought he was too. It just looked slow developing.
Second down and 10 after the failed trick play. Hillary in the gun, looks to throw, swinging out to Mike Doe, and he's hit hard. Lowers the boom, though. Mike Doe loses his helmet, and that'll fire up his teammates there, as that was a violent collision. It'll set up 3rd down and 6.
And you can tell by that kind of play. I think that young man is injured tonight. Otherwise, we'd see more of him. But you can tell what kind of power he does possess in that kind of drive just then. South Florence has got some strong players, and he pushed him back about 3 yards.
Yeah, that was.
Like you said, it was a boom.
Yeah, Will Wilson and Rakeem Hall tried their best to hold him there, but had to take his helmet off to do that. 3rd and 5 now is the chance of defense reign again here in Bruin Stadium. Hillary, hard count, only 5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to direct snap it to Hatcher. A nice trick play here by North Augusta as Hillary checked to the sideline for the play, and it was a direct snap behind him to Hatcher, and they were able to get a nice 6-yard gain there and enough for another Yellow Jacket 1st down.
Now, if you're South Florence, you're looking at that and going, okay, they just got this on us. However, they're having to use trick plays to gain yards.
They're having, at this point, they're down by 4 touchdowns. You emptied the playbook here. Here now at the 31-yard line for North Augusta, trying to get back in the end zone. Hillary will look to throw, straight drop back. He's going to fire left side into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Great play there, intended for number 17. That was Crichton Wright, the intended receiver, but Will Wilson got there at the last second and broke it up.
Just a good South Florence defensive backs that they've had all night. Their secondary has just been dominant, and no matter what, these quarterbacks, they just continue to throw in situations that they shouldn't. I realize you got to do this to try to get back, but you got to be a little bit more careful. There were 2 South Florence defenders back there.
They line up 4 wide now. Mike Doe in the backfield to Hillary, and they're just going to throw him middle screen to him way too high. Terry Gordon almost got his paws on that one, but that ball will fall incomplete again.
There's a flag on the play in the secondary, James. I'm not sure if it's against South Florence. I believe it's a hold on South Florence's DB.
We'll see what the ruling is here, as on those middle screens, those offensive linemen sometimes will get a little too far downfield too. We'll see what the call is here. One of the best drives of the day for North Augusta here is they're on the edge of the 30-yard line of South Florence. With 5:23 to go here, it is do or die time for the Yellow Jackets as they wave that flag off.
Okay.
So it'll remain 2nd down and 10. The Bruins trying to hold North Augusta out, nursing a 28-point lead. Hillary lines up in the gun. Mike Doe to his left here. 3rd down and 10. Single high safeties, Rakeem Hall. They're going to look to throw. Hillary pressured up the middle. Now he's going to roll to his right. He's got running room and green grass on that sideline, but it runs out quickly as Warnell Prue able to ravage him up near the sideline at the 31-yard line, and it will set up 4th and 9.
Yeah, I think that quarterback needs to go a little bit north and south, because when he goes to those sides, he's been tackled both times. Just then he was sliding down, so he didn't take the hit quite as hard. He was more falling, but Prue landed on top of him. It looked like it was going to be a smash play. It just wasn't quite as smashy as I was hoping.
4:50 to go in counting here. North Augusta down 4 touchdowns. They're not going anywhere. It'll be 4th down and 8 for North Augusta here. 4 wide receivers for Hillary in the gun.
Definitely the biggest play of the game for North Augusta.
Hillary rolls to his left. He's got time, and it runs out, and he's sacked. Big hit laid by number 33, Miles Johnson, and the Bruins will turn him over on downs.
That's Miles Jackson's 2nd big hit on the quarterback. I think that's 2nd sack tonight.
Huge play, yes, Miles Johnson. That's his second
I think so,
of the
he's
night.
Been all over the place, and we haven't called his name out very often, but tonight that young man came to show out.
And the Bruins slam the door again, and they'll take over at the 36-yard line after that Miles Johnson sack. That was a brutal hit on Hillary. He did not see Johnson coming, and I don't know in college if that would have been a legal hit on a quarterback. That was a nice shoulder check there that just flew Hillary to the ground.
He almost got sandwiched between them, but he hit him so fast and hard it knocked him down before the South Florence player was to get there to sandwich him. It was that close. Big, big stop by the South Florence defense.
As we have a little bit of a timeout here as the referees are trying to get something organized here. 4:31 and counting here, third quarter action. As we'll see the ruling from the officiating crew here. It'll be unsportsmanlike on the Bruins, some type of celebratory penalty there. That'll back them up 15 yards. So not quite the starting field position that the Bruins wanted there, but they'll still have it at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that's the kind of mistake, honestly, you shouldn't be making in this kind of game, the unsportsmanlike stuff. Drew Marlowe is going to actually talk to that kid more than likely after this game. You can't do that kind of stuff if you want to advance to be a state champion.
After all things are said and done, Jackson will start at the 22 in the gun. Cameron James, along with Malik Robinson, Jayon Perkins, Bruce Thompson, and DJ James. They're going to give it to Cameron James. High and tight with the football, running left side. Cameron James just too fast out to the 41-yard line. We'll have to check on some penalty flags, though this one might be coming back. As he ran, looks like an intended up the middle run. He cut it to the left sideline.
I think that was a hold by DJ James, number 41 on South Florence. We're going to see.
So, once again, the only ones that seem to be able to stop the Bruins are themselves tonight.
Marlowe's pointing the other way, saying it's against North Augusta. So
holding declined. Holding again accepted. Yeah. So 2 holds against the Bruins.
I saw one on by 41, but I didn't see the other one.
So mark it back from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down and 14 after that. And now back at the 18-yard line. 4:23 to go. All of the North Augusta Yellow Jackets at this point within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, trying to sell out to stop the South Florence running attack. Clock running, 4 on the play clock. Jackson gets it off. He'll give it to Cameron James. Just submarines down there. Nothing doing for the Bruins that time. A nice play there by Javon Ryans, the junior middle linebacker, to make the stop. It'll set up second down and 14.
Yeah, Simeon Jones was also on that play, number 90 for North Augusta, and one of the better stops by them. This is a big opportunity to get them to fourth down. It's 2nd and 15.
Clock running here in the third quarter. Every second crucial for North Augusta at this point. South Florence not in any hurry to get this ball off. Only 5 seconds left on the play clock, though, as Jackson settles back into the gun. He'll fake it to Cameron James, and Jackson will run to the left, and he found some running room. Bouncing to the left sideline. Down the sideline goes Messiah Jackson, but call it back again, this time on Bruce Thompson, trying to seal the edge. They're going to call the holding.
Yeah, South Florence is killing themselves on this drive for sure. I saw 2 flags come out, so this is definitely something right here that Drew Marlowe is going to address. He has to. They've had way too many penalties tonight.
And looks like that's going to back up the Bruins again here.
I mean, I realize they're up 35-7, but these are the mistakes. If you're trying to win, and that's what he wants to do, you got to clean this up.
Win it all. Not just tonight, win it all.
That's what I mean. If you want to win the big one. This is something that's going to drive him crazy. I think they've had probably 6 or 7 penalties tonight already.
Yeah, it's been too high for Drew Marlowe's liking for sure, and most of them have been unforced errors. So it'll be 2nd and 22 now after the second holding penalty of the drive. Mark him all the way back to the 12. Call it the 10-yard line. Line to gain the 32.
Yeah, you want to be careful also. I know Messiah Jackson wants to throw this ball to one of his receivers right now, but you got to be careful. This is the spot. If they intercept it, it's pick 6.
They're going to just give it off. Cameron James up the middle of the field, hard running there for about 5 more yards. As a couple of different Yellow Jackets. Oh, and there's a late flag again, as I think there was maybe a little bit of extracurriculars there as the Yellow Jackets had a physical tackle, and that'll call them an extra 15 yards. And now
that's against
another penalty against the Yellow Jackets as one of their defensive backs slammed his helmet to the ground and is just frustrated with the effort tonight now as it is evident on North Augusta at this point.
Yeah, but that's the kind of attitude you can't have. You can't slam your helmet down and do. I realize it might be his last game. He might be a senior. That's number 21.
Yeah, that's Derek Thurman. That's a junior linebacker.
So he's coming back next year. And
I'm sure, though, frustrated for his teammates. Frustrated for, you go 10-1 on the season. 11-1 on the season, and it's been not how they've wanted it to go tonight. But like you said, no room for all that.
Yeah, I've been on dominant teams before, James, and I've been on teams that aren't dominant. I've never had an attitude like that. That's just, it's not a good representative of your school either in front of the whole South Florence fan base. If you heard them, they all went crazy.
This is going to probably be 2 separate unsportsmanlike conduct penalties here.
Well, can they give them 30 yards?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
If there's 2 separate unsportsmanlike conducts, we'll see what the officials will rule here, as it is unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense and another unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense. That'll be, and number 21 is also ejected from the football game as well.
That almost looked like the referee was doing a dance as many times he had to do his arms back and forth to get that down. There's 2 of them, like the Macarena.
So we'll see how far they walk this ball up here. That's 15 yards, and they will mark them another 15 yards. And the Bruins will get out of trouble here. And they'll mark it all the way to the 46-yard line of South Florence.
Yeah, it's a shame that they had those penalties right there because they had a chance to stop South Florence and get the ball back. They score a touchdown for next season. These other players are still going to be playing next year. And number 21 that's out of the game, he's going to be playing next year.
3 minutes to go, third quarter here. South Florence up 35-7. Trying to continue to run this clock out here. Hard count from Messiah Jackson as the clock begins to wind again. The Bruins are going to take their sweet time, and they're going to enjoy every second of this lead. Jackson will fake it to McLaughlin. He's got time, firing over the middle of the field, and it'll be incomplete. Nearly intercepted there. The closest man to the ball was DJ Johnson, the sophomore defensive back. That was intended for Malik Robinson downfield.
I was wondering if maybe somebody was supposed to cut in because that ball was thrown really nowhere near a South Florence player. I know there were guys in the vicinity, but not on that route.
Not catchably enough, no.
Well, yeah, that looked like there should have been a route more towards the middle because that's where he was throwing it.
It'll be a holding penalty against North Augusta there.
That might be why he didn't get to the middle.
Man, oh man, does it continue to stack up against the Yellow Jackets. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, an automatic first down as the Bruins into Yellow Jacket territory again. Jackson in the gun. Kind of a difficult snap to field to his right, but he gets it to McLaughlin up the middle of the field there. Not much running room. Call it about 3 yards there for Gabe McLaughlin as his helmet got taken off there late, and Cam James will have to sub back in.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody pull his helmet or anything. I heard the South Florence fans down here thinking that could have been a face mask.
No, and now a Yellow Jacket down on the field as well out of the pile.
Let's hope he's going to be all right because he's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see any, pulling of the helmet against Gabe McLaughlin or anything. I think that was a clean play that time.
Yeah, just getting sandwiched in between a couple of defenders there, but nice to see number 18 for the Yellow Jackets rise to his feet and walk off the field. That's Dante Bell, who's made a couple of nice plays so far tonight for the Yellow Jackets. I believe he is the responsible for the lone interception of Messiah Jackson tonight.
Yeah, I believe he was the gentleman. He's had a fairly good night, but you need all your players to be having a good night like that against this South Florence team. They've come out here ready to dominate, and they have. I'm surprised this is not a closer game. They're going to get spoiled next week when they go to play one of them.
We'll have to check on that great Collegiate and Hilton Head score. That'll be the matchup that the winner of this game will be up against here. As I just got, well, let me see here. I'm going to make sure I get the right scores here. We'll have to check on that later on. And I'm sure the Phil Kornblue and all those guys will spend most of the night wrapping up all of the action here among all of the playoff brackets in the state of South Carolina, as most people call this weekend the best weekend in South Carolina high school football. The third round is this time Cam James will take another carry up the middle of the field. Submarines again for not much yardage, about 3 yards. And again, some pretty late extracurricular activities here as Bruce Thompson was involved in a late push there by one of the blocks of North Augusta. No flags fly. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
No, I don't think there should have been a flag thrown at all. Bruce Thompson was the one kind of actually continued to go down the field and block way too far down at this point because the play was dead.
In the gun, Jackson with 1:40 to go here, third quarter. Right at midfield, trying to get another first down to continue to drain this third quarter clock. And I believe they did not get, they didn't get that play in quite as efficiently as they wanted to here with the play clock running out. Coach Marlowe will call his second timeout here of this second half.
And luckily this isn't a close game because he'd be going crazy. You can't be just burning timeouts on a normal basis. But, of course, tonight, yeah, you can.
They struggled to get that play in. On this crucial third down here is, according to the South Florence way of playing, they'd like to hold on to this football for the rest of this quarter here. And we're almost in the vicinity, Chuck, where we could see a running clock here with 2 more touchdowns from the Bruins as well.
Yeah, they'd have to. I don't know if they're going to be doing that kind of drives tonight, James, where they're worried about getting to that 42, but we could. Feels like they're doing more. I don't know. He did throw the ball a minute ago, so we'll see. But it seems definitely more run heavy tonight than normal.
Haven't had much of a need to pass with how well this offensive line has looked for the Bruins tonight. Well over 100 yards rushing. All 3 of the main ball carriers, Cam James, Messiah Jackson, and Gabe McLaughlin, all with scores tonight as well. 3rd down and 4, and they're going to give it to Cam James up the middle of the field, met immediately by North Augusta, and not much running room, maybe a gain of 2. Give credit to big Simeon Jones, number 90 on that defensive line, to wrap up Cam James and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, nice stop by their defense. Now South Florence will go for it. Looks like Gabe McLaughlin's in the game to come in and take out James, so they have the bigger back in there. But James has had pretty good success running up there this game, to be honest.
Really doesn't matter which back it's been, this offensive line. Chewing out 4 or 5 chunks at a time. But Gabe McLaughlin's more of your tough yardage guy here, and he's going to need 2 or 3 tough yards here. But this time it's Messiah Jackson following McLaughlin to the right, pushing against that offensive line. And I don't think he got there, Chuck. He'll be right at the line to gain. But I think North Augusta will hold. And, yes, they are going to signal that.
It appears to be short. Yep.
One of the biggest stops of the game for North Augusta, as both South Florence isn't moving from the field yet. They want to get the chain gang out there to take a second look at it.
The referees are saying no.
Yeah, they have to submit to the officials' ruling there as the defense for the Bruins will take the field with 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter, up 28.
That's definitely not something you want to see going further into the playoffs, be stopped on that 4th down like that. They're used to having more success than that.
A.J. Hillary comes back out to try to make a dent in this Bruin lead for North Augusta, as he'll give it to Mike Doe, one of his few carries of the afternoon, or excuse me, of the evening. He'll fall forward for about 4 yards.
He did run it up the middle, and maybe if he was healthy, I'm not saying he's not, but clearly if he's that kind of running back, you would be using him a little bit more tonight.
I mean, over 1,700 yards on the season, over
he's the
16
featured
touchdowns.
He's the featured back. He just hasn't been healthy enough to play tonight.
2nd down and a long 5, call it, for North Augusta here, as they're going to let this one go to the end of the quarter here. 12 minutes to go in this third round matchup, as the Bruins not letting the Yellow Jackets have revenge tonight. Your score, South Florence 35, North Augusta 7. We'll be back with the final quarter of action after this break.
Calling all holiday shoppers, Santa just made an early stop at Rivals, a store divided, and his sleigh is loaded with everything you need for the season. Got someone on your list who's all about garnet and orange? Then time to cruise to Rivals. They've got everything for your shopping list, from stylish wallets and leather goods to Yeti tumblers and car accessories. They also stock toys, games, phone cases, and jewelry. Plus carry brands like Johnny O, Southern Tide, Vineyard Vines, Under Armour, and Nike, all at Rivals, a store divided.
More live action. It's the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to your high school football game of the week here on 96.3 ESPN Radio as we have reached the fourth quarter of the third round of the 4A playoffs here in the great state of South Carolina. Your lower state matchup, the defending champ South Florence Bruins have a commanding 35-7 lead over North Augusta here, as North Augusta with the football here on a 2nd down and 5. Trying to play for a little bit of pride here for these seniors, as Hillary will drop to throw, swings it into the flat to Mike Doe on that right sideline. A nice run by Mike Doe as he bounces off of a tackle at the line to gain and falls forward for a nice gain of 7 yards for a first down.
I mean, you can see the athletic ability of Doe. If he's healthy, I'm not sure why they didn't use him, because he's 2 plays first down. I mean, he's the one guy that could compete against the South Florence defense.
Mike Doe's been injured for most of the playoffs.
He looks like he's limping on that left leg. You see him pulling it up, James?
Yeah, I do see that, Chuck, yes.
Yeah.
1st and 10 now at the 42-yard line as they'll send Doe out in motion here. And they're going to throw it down the field. Hillary one-on-one on the corner, incomplete. They've tried it all night. They tried to get it to Tony and Neighbor again, but great coverage. The man on there was number 21, Jaquez Johnson, on the coverage.
Yeah, and the receiver right there from North Augusta, number 2. Neighbor. He's down. He's hurt right now a little bit. Yeah, he got up, but he's hurt.
Yeah, slow to get up, and he'll stay on his feet trying to see if he'll want to walk to the sideline here. Neighbor with an unbelievable catch at the end of that first half, right at midfield. One of the best catches we've seen all season.
Yeah, no doubt, James. That was a beautiful catch. I just hope he's going to be all right. I know he's standing up, but I just hope he's going to be all right, because he looks like he's in some pain still.
He will be able to walk off the field here. Definitely in some pain, though. Toyin Neighbor at the 6'3", 190-pound senior. I'm sure he would have wanted tonight to go a lot differently, but glad to see him walking off the field.
Yeah, no doubt. We never want to see any of these players get injured. We saw a bad injury, I think, was it last week? Yeah.
What it sounded like from Coach Marlowe after the game is most of that was precautionary for that player. I believe that was Dwayne Felder last week, number 36, the sophomore.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him out here tonight, though.
But he, from what I heard from Coach Marlowe, was a lot of that was precautionary. So all our prayers to Mr. Felder and his family tonight as well. Here, 2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets here, as this will be a handoff going right side. Not much room. Call it a gain of 2. That's the first carry of the game for Alcaleb Terrell. Alcaleb Terrell on the carry there for a gain of about 2 yards. Makes it 3rd down and 8.
They got some tough names for us tonight, don't they, James?
It'll be 3rd down and 2 as Doe checks back into the game at tailback. 2 tight ends for North Augusta here trying to cross midfield. As Doe will empty the backfield, he'll hit Hillary all by himself. He'll look to throw, firing to that right side. Got his man as the tight end right at the marker for a first down. Nice catch there by Dawson Campbell to get out of bounds on that right side for a first down.
Yeah, once again, they don't get a lot of time to be talking about any good plays, but that was a nice. Oh, they're marking him short, actually, James.
Yeah.
It's 4th down.
Thought he was able to reach across there, but they will mark him short. 4th down and about the length of the football for North Augusta, as they're going to give it to Mike Doe up the middle of the field, breaking a tackle, spin move, fighting for extra yardage. And once again, the talent of Mike Doe on display there. A nice gain of about 10 yards and a first down.
I don't know how there wasn't a penalty on that play. 23 and 21 were wrapped up in each other's face masks. Just pulling them down, James.
No flags on the field.
Side, yeah.
They will mark it a no call there. First down, ball at the 34-yard line. Doe stays in the football game. They send Smith in motion from left to right. They're going to have Doe follow him, running right side, trying to get that corner driven out of bounds. I believe Willie Kennedy, the first man there, and maybe a little too hard out of bounds as a flag flies late on the North Augusta sideline. That might be a late hit.
Yeah, or tackling him out of bounds. I'm not sure what the penalty is. It looks by positioning that would be against South Florence for sure.
Mike Doe slowed to get up on that North Augusta sideline as his helmet is off, and he'll walk to the sideline here. And a valiant effort for the senior, obviously not fully healthy, and his coach is talking to him here. He wants to go back out there with his team. And we'll check that flag here.
Yes.
As it is a late hit out of bounds against the Bruins. So mark off an extra 15 yards and a first down for North Augusta, as that'll get them into the Bruin red zone.
That's definitely the second best field position they've had. Actually, I think the best field position, because last time they were on like the 27 and they scored.
Yeah, the interception was from outside the 20, so into the Bruin red zone now at the 15-yard line. Hillary in the gun. He'll give it to Doe, running left side and nowhere to go. Met in the backfield immediately. Great play there. Marquez McKitchen, the first-team all-region man, in there to bring him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, he's been playing good all season long. They just have dominant linebackers out there. He's a D lineman, but he plays like a linebacker.
Yeah, one of the smaller outside defenders for the Bruins in their 3-4 scheme. Second down and 11 for North Augusta as they send Frazier in motion to the right. And they're going to go ahead and call another timeout here as North Augusta. That'll be their second of this half here as the Yellow Jackets trying to get more points up on the board here with 9 to go.
Trying to check out the body language that they have over there on the sidelines if you're North Augusta. And it doesn't seem to be the worst body language, and I don't see a lot of heads down. I think they know they've lost the game, but at the same time, they do want to put on a little show for their seniors, I imagine, get themselves at least another score.
Yeah, Mike Doe's had his helmet on and off all night long. You can tell he's just as emotional as everybody else here, but you can tell he's got a lot of heart wanting to be out there with his teammates, even down 28. In his final high school football game of his career, he wants to make as much of an impact as he can.
Yeah, and you don't expect anything less from a teammate, to be honest, James. You want them in there, especially if they can. If they're not 100%, you can understand if they can't play, but at the same time, when they do put that effort in, when they're not 100%,
it just shows that kind of leadership.
Them a little bit more, yeah.
100%. It's that culture that not only a coach wants to establish, but the players of that coach want to establish for next year as well. Hillary in the gun, second down and 11 now. They'll fake it to Doe. He'll going to fire outside, intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6 for the Bruins. Down the left sideline, no one's going to catch him. And is that who I think it is?
That's
again,
Amari
Chuck?
Reeves.
That's Amari Reeves' third interception of the day.
Second pick
and
6.
Second pick 6.
Yeah, third touchdown, second pick 6. Not sure why you would continue to go with that particular play.
Amari Reeves.
Wow, if you want to feel defeated, North Augusta, that was your second best opportunity, actually your best opportunity to score.
The first team all-region safety in the Anderson commit puts the exclamation point on a dominant playoff victory for South Florence with 8:49 to go. The score is 41-7 Bruins with Coy Joyner on for this extra point.
I think that was an 85-yard return.
Kicks up, it is good, and you're right, Chuck, that was a 85-yard pick 6 for Amari Reeves.
That's at 2 supplemental touchdowns tonight, not by the offense.
Absolutely. Amari Reeves, 2 touchdowns all by himself here tonight. He's got more points than North Augusta does as a defensive player. What a night for the senior Amari Reeves.
And now you can actually see some of the fans are actually feeling like the game's finally over and they're leaving.
Get a head start tomorrow All the college football teams have pretty early games tomorrow.
I think there's one on tonight. I believe Florida State's playing.
Yep.
So some of them might want to go see the rest of that.
But a lot of these fans here are going to wait around to party here at Bruin Stadium, as it is time to celebrate if you're a Bruin fan, up 42-7. We came into this game, Chuck, knowing what to expect from South Florence, a little bit more of a question mark for North Augusta, but we had no idea that we were in for this type of onslaught by the Bruins tonight.
No, I thought it would definitely be closer after especially last year's 20-27 victory. You would imagine they have a lot of those returning players, and they have a lot of college commitment, or college, at least offers and committed players.
Coy Joyner with one of his few mistakes of the evening as he kicks that one out of bounds at about the 3-yard line on that Bruins sideline. So North Augusta will start from the 30-yard line on this drive. Excuse me, the 35.
Yeah, this has been a way more dominating game than I thought we were going to see tonight. And the first half did feel a little bit different. I'll be honest. Second half, it just felt like South Florence is totally dominated.
And a lot of people going into this season, South Florence is really good. Drew Marlowe is a great coach. I'm not sure they quite where they were last year. I'm not sure they quite got the guys like Amari Adams and all these other guys that they're going to be able to replace. But so far, they are making up for it with this complete team effort here tonight as they're going to hand it off to Doe. No, he's going to fake it. Tillman's going to try to keep it. One of his best runs of the night as he's across the 45 for a first down there, tackled by number 27 in the open field, Aiden Robinson.
Yeah, beautiful fake by him because he faked me out as well. I thought number 8 had the ball and got smashed in the backfield. I didn't even see him run until you said something.
First down and 10 from the 47-yard line of North Augusta here. 8:20 and counting as Tillman will throw it out to Doe on that right side. Makes one man miss, and there goes Mike Doe, a hard run of a gain of 8 yards. Loses his helmet again, and now slow to get up is Mike Doe, as it seems like he's trying to make an impact every time. But, man, is he putting some brutal hits on his body here as Mike Doe still on the ground after that 9-yard run.
Yeah, unfortunately, that young man put a little he's just doing his best, and a lot of effort goes into that. But at the same time, when you're injured like that, he's using his body like a battering ram. He's like a bowling ball out there. Boom, boom. He's fast, and he hits hard when he hits him.
I talked about how often he's had his helmet on and off. That helmet that time popped off hard there after that hit, and now Mike Doe was able to get to his feet and will hop to the sideline with the help of his teammates. That'll probably be the last we see of the senior Mike Doe. A great and illustrious high school career for him.
Yeah, I don't know that he'll come back the way he was limping off right there. Kudos to that young man, though, for putting his team first.
Second down and 1 now, as this is going to be a handoff running left side, and the ball pops out. They strip the ball away from the defender, and there he goes again. No kidding, this is Amari Reeves for his 3rd touchdown of the game. You gotta be kidding me.
Man, if you're North Augusta, what are you thinking?
They try to hand it off to Aklev Terrell on his second carry of the game.
If Amari Adams is a defensive player, Reeves, sorry, if he is a defensive player of the week,
of the week.
They don't do it that
Overall
way, James.
Player of the week.
They're not going to do it that way. But if he's not defensive player of the week, I want to see what the other teams.
MVP
I want to
of
see
the game.
I want to see who else did that.
Unbelievable.
3 touchdowns on defense is not something you see very often. And 3 touchdowns on defense by the same player is something you really don't see.
I've never seen that in maybe even a football game, high school football game, college football game. An unbelievable night for Amari Reeves. This Coy Joyner kick is up and good. And the Bruins
we are on a running clock, James, because of the defense. 3 touchdowns by the defense.
Unbelievable.
Let's go, Bruins.
No words for the absolute masterclass that the Bruins have put on tonight. Amari Reeves, his 3rd touchdown of the night, 2 pick sixes, and that time a scoop and score from about 45 yards out. He's getting his cardio in, Chuck.
I put my notes down because this game is in wraps right now, son. I'm still going to participate, but this game is wrapped up.
Clock not running yet here, but the Bruins are up 42 points, 49-7 with 7:42 to go. So probably on this next possession here for the Yellow Jackets, they'll start running the clock here. But
if you're Great Collegiate or Bishop or Hilton Head, you got to be worried because of this score, because this was not the type of game that North Augusta played against Great Collegiate. They were in that game. I don't think anybody expected a 42-point domination, and the ball did get kicked by Joy, and it went out of the end zone, so they'll get it on the 20-yard line.
Another touchback, yes, sir. But, yes, it's been quite the surprise. We talked about it in the pregame, how dominant the teams left in the lower state have been in all of their playoff matchups. So thinking about that, you would think that coming into tonight, this is going to be two powerhouse teams going back and forth. But, man, oh, man, as South Florence just taking control.
Yeah, South Florence got their second string out there mostly now.
And
I just saw Amari Adams tag out, so I don't think we'll see him. Amari Reeves. I don't know why I keep saying Adams.
Handoff left side, a nice run here of about 7 or 8 yards to number 22, Deontay Darden on the carry, as he'll have it to the 27-yard line here, 2nd down and 4 now, as we're inside 7 minutes of this fourth quarter.
I know you haven't been watching it, James, but the seats right in front of us must be very popular, because that is the third set of people that we've had sitting right below us.
Hand off going right side to Frazier this time on a jet sweep, as he's got enough for a first down before he's pushed backwards. We'll see where they mark it. No, they're going to mark him short of the line to gain by about a yard or two. So it'll be third and give it a yard and a half.
I was thinking he's a little bit short. He did get a good push, but it's right there now on the money. Now it's the first down. There you go, James.
Yes.
I did think he was a little short. I just didn't think he was a yard short.
Give him the first down at the 30-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Tillman in the ball game now, as he's going to hand it off up the middle again. A nice run to the right side and a good burst of speed to the corner, as he's going to have a nice 9-yard gain, is Darden on his second carry of the night.
Yeah, and I know you're seeing a little bit of movement on this defense, but that has a lot to do with the fact that the starters aren't in there right now. But it's good experience for this second team.
Coach Marlowe talks about it all the time, how valuable it is in a game like this to be able to give some of these second and third string guys some reps against an opponent like North Augusta. They're going to give it running left side, a nice stiff arm in the backfield, and he's still running. A gain of about 4 or 5 before he's finally tripped down there. That was Darden again, tackled that time by, that was number 6.
27, Aiden Robinson.
Good call there. Yes, sir.
We don't get to call his number out a lot. He's not in there, but nice tackle by him. I almost had him in the backfield. I missed that number, though, James.
Yeah, it was a good stiff arm there by Darden to shake free. Call it 2nd down and 4 now, inside 5 minutes in this final quarter of action. North Augusta down 42, only 7 points on the board, trying to add a little bit more for some pride here, as Tillman will roll right, nowhere to go, dropped in the backfield immediately by the Bruins. That was, I think that's number 45 on the tackle there. We'll have to check that number.
I know he's got that Palomalu here.
He's got the dreads for sure. I believe that was Quayshawn
45,
Bird.
yeah, you're right. It's 45.
Yes, the junior defensive lineman there brings up a 3rd down and 10. And the Bruins sensing another turnover opportunity here, as Tillman will look to throw into the flat to his tight end. He's got it, runs through a man of the 45, but then dragged down by Bird and a host of other Bruins, and a late flag flies there on maybe a late tackle. Dawson Campbell with the catch there. We'll check the flag.
Yeah, that was good gang tackling or tackling by population, but they must have done a little extracurricular activity on the sidelines, because the penalty definitely looks like another 15-yard penalty against South Florence.
Yeah, call it a gain of 5, but they're going to mark an extra 15 on top of that. So they'll have it at the Bruin 40-yard line now. It'll be first down, North Augusta, 3:30 and counting on that game clock.
I believe that's also South Florence's third 15-yard penalty of the game. I know it's their second, but I believe it's the third.
First down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Give to Darden running left side. Another nice run by the junior as he gains about 8 or 9 yards on that carry. Second down and 2 now. As like you said, that Bruin second team trying to hold in there, make some plays, but definitely not quite the level of suffocation that they're used to.
Definitely not, and it looks like they still got their first team out there, so they're doing a little bit of progress against this defense.
Darden makes a man miss in the
Not that
backfield, but is able to fall forward. A nifty run with not much space, and I think that's going to be enough for, yes, that's a first down across the 30 now for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he definitely got the first down. He didn't get much yardage, though, on that one. I thought he was going to spin out of that, James.
Darden's looked nice in some spell opportunities. His offensive line hasn't done the best job. He's got guys right in front of him, but he's making people miss. This time they'll fake it to Darden. He's going to throw, and they're trying to jump that screen again, but they're going to catch it. He's going to take this one to the end zone. Touchdown, North Augusta. That was Isaiah Smith. They've been trying those screen passes all night. They tried to jump that one there, much to the liking of the Yellow Jackets that time, as that's their second touchdown of the day. Isaiah Smith, his first.
Yeah, I mean, they finally got one of those without it getting picked off and ran back for a touchdown. So kudos to them for getting one right.
You could tell the defensive backs for South Florence, even the backups, have been coached to jump those all evening long. That was number 32, Reginald Kennard Jet there trying to jump that one. Got a little too greedy, and that'll be a touchdown for North Augusta as they will be on for the kick is De Janeiro, and it is up and good. The score now 49-14 with 2:14 to go here in your game of the week.
Yeah, and it looks like South Florence, when they get the ball back, I imagine they're going to try to run this clock out. Kneel down 3 times and be done.
2:14, yes, I believe they'll be able to take the ball back and go into victory formation. We'll try once again to get that score for the Gray Collegiate and Hilton Head game to see who the Bruins will be facing off against next week. But whoever it is, after their win, they got to look at the bracket and their score, and they got to kind of wipe the smudge off the glasses and hope that that score is not real. It is 28-28, Gray Collegiate at Hilton Head going into overtime. So they're not even thinking about looking at this one right now. They are trying to win that game. But it'll be very interesting no matter the matchup for the Bruins next week. Back here at Bruins Stadium, we will be here calling that one as well. It'll be the last time the Bruins will be in their home stadium. Thankfully this season, as they have made it all the way to getting close to the end of the playoffs now.
Yeah, they're good. They're in the lower state championship at this point, and they're used to it. It's going to be the 4th straight years they've been in the lower state championship. Now can they get to the state championship again? And based upon those scores in the other game, 28-28, I just want to see them play.
Right,
I don't want to be
100%,
predicting how good South Florence is going to do, but I really don't know if anybody could touch them.
We'll be doing a lot of prep next week no matter who it is, so we'll be scouting out both Gray Collegiate or Hilton Head. No matter who wins, it's always fun to get an idea for these teams that we don't get to see a lot. Obviously, everybody at this point is quite elite. As De Janeiro kicks this high into the air, fielded at the 10, dropped there at the 10. That's Cameron James. Couldn't quite field it, but he's able to pick it back up and tiptoe out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And the Bruin offense.
Run no matter what, the clock is still run. I thought the clock had stopped, so I didn't know if they were still going to stay on a running clock, but they have.
Yeah, they do keep the running clock at the moment here. I'm sure probably both coaches at this point have agreed to allow the running clock to continue.
And I actually think once that 42 points gets on there, it stays a running clock no matter what, except for when they score a touchdown or there's an injury.
As Messiah Jackson's day is done, we will be seeing De'Eric Davis, the junior, come out to take the final snaps of this football game. Not in a kneel-down formation here. As Davis lines up in the gun, 2 receivers, and he's going to hand it off left side. Stacked up, not much running room there by the 3rd tailback. That's number 28, Jaden Allen, the sophomore, on his first carry of the game for about 4 yards.
Yeah, I'm surprised they aren't go ahead and going into kneel down at this point, James. Why take a chance on injuring any players by doing a run play? I know you want them to get experience, but I guess that would be the reason to get somebody experience.
We'll have one more play here. We'll see if Derek Davis will take the knee on this one as they're lined up more in a pistol set. And yes, Derek Davis will take that knee. And we are just at it. I think
one more play.
Yeah, they got to do one more play, I believe, here. So that'll back them up to the 10-yard line. But what another unbelievable performance by the Bruins. North Augusta, I'm sure that'll be a long 2.5-hour bus ride back to North Augusta. A great effort, a great season by the Yellow Jackets. But again, running into the same foe as last year. Not quite the dramatics as last year with the Bruins having to come back 20-0 down. This one was never in doubt as South Florence will beat North Augusta 49-14. Chuck, what are your final thoughts, my friend?
As a South Florence alumni and South Florence fan, I can't be more excited about the fact that we're going to the lower state championship. They dominated this game, not necessarily from start to finish, but they dominated it after they got scored on. Once they got scored on, they didn't get scored again until the second team came in at the end of the game after the game was already over. So really proud moment if you're a South Florence fan like myself.
Another dominant performance by Drew Marlowe and the Bruins. It has been the standard for them. We will see you in the lower state championship next week. From Bruins Stadium, I'm James Fisher with my partner Chuck Lawson. Your final score, Bruins 49, North Augusta 14. Have a great night, everybody.
You've been listening to the 96.3 ESPN Radio High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you in part by Galloway Auto Glass, Stoudemire Dowling Funeral Home, Adams Metal Building Supply, Rivals, a store divided. This has been a presentation of Community Broadcasters Sports.
Credit Union, what a night across the state. Be honest with you, a lot more blowouts than I thought we were going to have. David Shelton and I were talking on Sports Talk tonight. We talked about how many close matchups we thought we were going to have tonight. We got some, but we got a lot of blowouts out there. Tonight's winners are really flexing their muscle